what I'm saying. Stu got to be the director, baby. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh, you know it's game week. It's game week. Got my dog in here. Y'all don't know who it is yet. But it's game week, man. We got the Florida State Seminoles. What's so funny is I grew up a Florida State fan before anything. But we going to break it down. We going to break it down. Listen, we got in-depth today. We're going to dissect the defense. Florida State does a lot of movement on that defensive line to get penetration. We're going to dissect the offense. Over 400 yards rushing against, what's the name of that school?
Duquesne.
Duquesne. I'm going to call him DQ. Duquesne. Over 400 yards. I know we says Duquesne, but over 400 yards. Had a chance to watch the film. Respectable backs. Respectable backs. We'll be back with the big dog to break it down with me. My main man, my brother, K. Faulk. We'll be back on where my dog's at. Oh, oh, oh!
You scared me every time you
So well, I gotta tell you what happened. So man, when they play that song, that fight song, man. You know, we only play that fight song in the fourth quarter and the start of the game. Well, it was a time where they were trying to rally us because we were getting our ass destroyed.
Yeah, it was 13-0 at halftime.
The band played the fight song in the second quarter.
Sure did. Sure did.
Man,
they absolutely
that
did.
goddamn song got in my bones, and I started having a goddamn out-of-body experience. And I told Coach Saban was walking, and I told Coach Saban, Coach, I want to play. And he looked at me and said, "Why not step behind the line?"
So shit, if he's gonna come out and do that every time, well now come back and backtrack and try to call Jimbo. You know that I talked to Jimbo personally about this, and their friendship was a friendship that was more professional. Yeah, business. You know what I mean? Professional. Not we gonna spend time in the off season and with our families and all that bullshit. It was, you know, very professional. You coach for me. We learn from each other, that type of thing. We know each other's bullshit also. I know your bullshit, you know mine. So why would you bring that up? You know what I mean? Why would you open up that can when now they going to dig into your shit? So now they going to dig into all the bullshit. Guys could come out that's disgruntled with you, could come out and say all kind of bullshit. Guys that you just offered that bag to, that didn't take it and went somewhere else and took the other bag. Now they could come out and say, you know what I mean? It's just all that shit. So why not keep it? Keep all that in house. And hot topics, dog.
How you feeling?
Hot topics. Let's get into that right now. What we talking about right now is, you know, myself. I played for Coach Jimbo Fisher, and I also played for Coach Nick Saban at the twilight of my years at LSU, transferring from Coach Jerry DiNardo. And I've spoken about this a couple times. We gotta turn the air up down in here, dog. Damn. I've seen Coach Saban, honestly, get into a few spats with coaches, with players. And the one person, honestly, and everybody know Jimbo's my guy, but the one person that I've never seen back down is Jimbo Fisher. Right, so for Coach Saban to go into the kind of rant that he did, but I think it was a very strategic, a very planned rant on his part. I don't know if the name calling part. I think somebody might have slipped him a Mickey or slipped him something before he got on that podium. Because for him to call out Jimbo and then call out Deion Sanders, which has put all his efforts into trying to revitalize the HBCU and trying to bring notoriety and some platform to those guys at the HBCU level, for him to call them guys, and especially for him to call them guys out after dog. Coach Saban been winning the damn recruiting war and the recruiting battles for years now. Do we really think that he's winning those without the under-the-table deals that's now on top of the table? I mean, it's college football. You've been dominating the sport recruiting-wise and coaching-wise for a while now. So my thing is, damn, you talk about parity and you want everybody to catch up. Well, parity is happening. You know what I mean? Parity is happening when it comes to the Texas A&Ms, the Clemsons, the Ole Miss, these teams that used to be in the middle of the pack, and now these teams are now stepping up to the plate because of NIL. And the question, and that's why I said when he was at this meeting that he was having, it was for boosters. You know what I mean? It was how you talking about somebody else's money and you there begging for money. You there trying to get these people to, or you trying to let them know, listen, these guys, the reason why they took 4 of the top 8 guys that we were going after, and they are edge rushers and they are defensive players, it's because they got more money. It's because they offered these guys more money. Their NIL deals were better. So open up them checkbooks and let me get this money. You know, whether it was that angle or the angle of trying to, like you said, get some kind of parity for the NCAA or the federal government, whoever the hell, to come in and regulate what they're doing with the money. I say this, man, you better catch up. Catch up or move out, and that's what's gonna happen Sunday in the New Orleans Superdome when the Florida State Seminoles come to play. Like I said, we got the big dog back in, and you know, Kev like to pop in now and then when he gets a little free time. But I do know that my dog has been on a hiatus, and good to have you back, my dog.
Good to be back in the boot, I tell you that.
Yeah.
They had me back in the Northeast.
What you was doing out there, man? Tell the people what you been doing, bro.
I was working training camp with the New York Giants, working with the running backs and Coach DeAndre Smith and Coach Dayball in them for about a month. Had a real good time.
Coach Brian Dayball, great coach. Really, really a great coach.
Dayball been trying to get me to come out there and meet him. When I first got the running back job at LSU, he wanted me to go to the Bills training camp to do the Bill Walsh fellowship and everything, but it was kind of odd because it was my first year and I didn't want to miss out on nothing. I had to plan like my individuals for training camp, so it was kind of difficult because I'd have been coming right into training camp. It would have been tough.
Right. Hey, so you know, it was Dayball, Josh McDaniels, Charlie Weiss, all the guys that Kev and I know. What's the draw to Brian?
It's crazy because starting in 2005, Dayball had been talking about him becoming a head coach. Never really thought about it, but you know how we are, just conversation, listening to him, hearing him out. Then he went out on his own, offensive coordinator here, offensive coordinator there. And like he tells it, man, I was down and out. I had nothing. We lost a lot of games. I lost my job, had to find another job, and then I found my niche. I found my way, and he really started doing well. But like he said, I started getting the guys to fill the spots, the athletes to fill the spots that where I needed them to fill it. Yeah. So and he believed in the philosophy as you need players. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things. For me, I've always respected Brian because he always was down to earth. He always seemed to be like one of the guys and understood what it was going on with us at the time. It was different from a lot of the other coaches, man. So how was that experience? I know that's your first time going through, since going back. That was an awesome experience. Yeah. And speaking on Dayball, understanding and knowing, like his schedule for the guys was amazing. I don't know how most guys do it, but I know how one organization did that we played for. Right. And I know it was grinding, morning time, nighttime, you in there. you grinding until the lights is out. They've already had a nice smooth system going. Really kept the guys fresh, understood what they needed to be doing on certain days and everything. But with the players, they was out there at 6:30 and after 6:30 in the evening. The coaches, yes, out there at 6:30. The coaches, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special team coordinator, they probably stayed maybe an hour and a half after that to get practice ready, everything for practice ready, and they were probably out there at 8:30, 9 o'clock.
You know what's so dope about that, man? To see somebody like Brian get a job like that, a head coaching job, after he's done such a fabulous job with the Buffalo Bills and engineering that offense, is that he brought everything that it sounds like, and you know better than me, but everything that he sounds like he knew guys would want change, that he knew would help as far as like keeping guys fresh, keeping it family oriented, keep it to where coaches aren't getting home at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and now you miss half the life of your daughter or your son or your marriage and all that type of thing. So it seems like he's putting, and I know me personally as a player, I've always respected and played a little bit harder and had a little bit more respect for a coach that I knew that valued also my time with my family and also looked at that as, I want these guys also to be prepared, but I also want you to spend time with your family.
Exactly. He took bits and pieces from every coach that he coached for. And like you just said, understood the guys, what they needed to be doing or what needed to be done for them as a whole and as a coach.
Yeah, and that's always big with me. And I, hats off to Brian, man. I hope I know he's going to do a fantastic job at his new gig. But segue into, man, we got them Tigers starting, bro. We got them Tigers kicking that thing off this Sunday against Florida State. You probably you do know this, Kev, but shit, I grew up a Florida State fan because of my godparents and stuff. So. But Tigers all the way here, baby.
Man, you got to catch me up. I've been out for about a month. I know I watched a couple of clips of their defense running around, speeding around, just like you said, looping and doing stunts with the defensive line to get to the quarterback. It's not that they're big and physical, but they're fast and athletic.
That's exactly right. And we're going to roll right into it right now. Stu going to put the clip up here. It's going to be a battle before you do that, Stu. It's going to be a battle, in my opinion, of a Florida State defensive line and defensive front. Defense in general. They're a very athletic, fast defense. And I know it was Duquesne that they played, and they're not the caliber of LSU. We know that, or any other SEC team. We know that. But when you see big, fast guys running around on the football field and you're used to seeing athletes, you know what it looks like. And that's what Florida State has on the defensive side of the ball. They're a regular base defense where they come up and they can put their hands in the dirt. The defensive ends are also LBs that could walk up and walk back and come down, turn a 3-4 into a 4-3, meaning 4 down linemen instead of 3 down linemen with 4 linebackers back. Or we could walk that other linebacker down. Now it becomes a 4 down front with 3 linebackers across the backside. And what Florida State does is they do a lot of confusion. They do a lot of movement with their – we could go ahead and run it, Stu. They do a lot of confusion on the defensive side of the ball with their defensive front. Here you see Duquesne, out in the front. You see how fast the defense is, Kev, what we talked about. And the plugger in the middle for them is big number 91 and big 0. That's the 2 pluggers. They're not as athletic as I-0, big Mason Smith, or as athletic as Ali Gay on the edge, which number 5 for them is. But they're big pluggers, and we're going to see here with the stunts of it. Always bringing somebody, too. Always bringing somebody, whether it's a walkout linebacker that's walked out, Kev, outside of the slot receiver, or walked out outside of that double tight end look. Somebody's always coming off the edge and always coming up the middle. Here we see this is offense right here, offensively, what we're looking at here. We're going to speak about this later, but this is another thing that we're going to have to do defensively they have some really big receivers, very big receivers, like a basketball team out there, receivers with the sizes being 6'6", 6'7", 6'4", respectively. So jump balls are going to be a thing with this quarterback. This quarterback he's a typical dual threat quarterback that is very athletic, and like we talked about earlier, Stu, when they throw the football, it's play action down the field or it's first down, slants, something of that sort. We don't want to see a field goal kicker.
No, we definitely don't want to see that.
Nobody care about them.
Until the game is on.
Until it comes down to the end. Rewind. Let's go back here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now look at our linebacker here, our Will out here. I wish I had the pointer to point to. You see, I think it's number 9, and you see that defensive end is in a one technique, meaning he's closer. Do we got a end zone view of it? Let's go back. There we go. So he's in a one technique right here, meaning one technique, one shade in from the center. He's to the left of the center, our right. And we see the linebacker out here, the weak side linebacker. I think it's number 9 or 11. I'm not sure. You're going to see this weak side, this one gap defensive tackle go wide. You're going to see him go wide. And you're going to see this linebacker replace and come right up that A gap, right, and confuses up top the running back.
Kind of telling, though.
Yeah, it's telling them.
Because I mean, you got 2 stacked. They really stacked off the ball linebackers, but the one that's blitzing is actually
that's
what
we got to pay attention to.
That's right. That's the key.
What we got to notice. That's one
the
of our
key.
keys as watching films. We got to put our guys up on,
And what Kev and Stu is talking about, if you look at the linebackers, they're on different plans. Normally, linebackers are at the same planes. Now, you have this linebacker that's a step forward, indicating that something's happening. Something is happening in the scheme with him and the defensive tackle. Another indication, what Kev talking about keys is, if you're an offensive lineman here and that one technique defensive tackle is in front of you, we're going to get this from the back view next week. We're going to get this cleaned up. But you have this technique with this one. You watch his hands. You watch that tension on his hands. Am I right, Kev?
Yes, sir.
You watch that tension on his hands to see if he's heavy, leaning heavy down on them hands, meaning he can only go one way, and that's forward. Now, if he's light on those hands and those fingertips are barely touching that ground and you don't see the veins popping out of his hands, what that tells you, he's going either right or he's going either left.
Got to check them knuckles.
That's exactly right, baby. You already know. So when Kev talk about indications and Stu talk about indications, we have the linebacker here, which is one indication with him, a step in front of the Mike linebacker. He's a step up in front of the Mike linebacker. And now I'm sure if we had a bird's eye view of this one technique, we'll see that his hands are what they call light. Run it. Here we see him go wide, boom, inside. Tackle made, blows the play up, and what we call that is penetration. Penetration in the backfield, just off of what we call a regular stunt. It's a LB tackle. I know the NET and the N.
Right now.
Here we go. Here. This is what we're looking at right here, folks. 15, run it back.
And you can tell he kind of light.
He was light on his feet. The linebacker. And then
correct.
You look at the D lineman, he's light on his hand.
Very light. That hand is light, 00, like that was Mason Smith is light. And you see him duck inside to the 3 technique and he shoots that gap, play over. And that's one of the things when we point out playing offensive line. We have a couple young offensive linemen. We have an offensive line that we're starting a new center, a guy that hasn't played center before. Calls are going to be important. We also have some running backs that are playing for the first time in this arena, in this stadium. And I let Kev speak on this. How important is it going to be for communication within those guys? I mean, you've been there the last. You know these guys personally, except for Noah, I guess. But you know how important is it going to be, K. Feezy, for that right there?
Communication is going to be important for everyone. Pretty much everyone's first time together, playing a full speed game. understanding that the other team has already played a game.
Right. And that's an advantage, in my opinion. It's an advantage for them on that side because they have an opportunity to see what they have and then evaluate themselves. It's an opportunity for us because we see what they have. But also I think an advantage for us in a way because they haven't seen us and they don't know. But I think I would rather have a little dress rehearsal on both sides and then go into it.
Yeah, and they had their dress rehearsal.
But
the communication is going to be one for another, especially having, like you said, a new center.
Yeah.
We're going to have a new quarterback. You possibly could have two quarterbacks playing.
And I think we'll get into that, but I think you're 100% correct, my friend.
So, the communication is going to have to be exceptional. With the guys being that, the receivers knowing the quarterbacks. And I know they've had some time together, but they haven't had time together full speed. And me and having time together full speed is everything. So it may take a little while during the course of the game, but I think they're going to get hold their grasp of everything, especially with the communication part.
Yeah, I'm on board with you there, Kev. I think that the communication is going to be key. And you're going to know what the communication is right off bat. Because if you see guys coming out of the huddle and they looking back, trying to talk to the quarterback and see what was relayed. And one of the things also that I think when we get into these first games that I think we take for granted or we don't think about also is it's also a first game for this staff.
Right.
It's also a first game for this staff and this staff working together. So they're going to have to work out some kinks and they're going to have to work out some communication issues. And if they have those issues, it's going to show up on the field. Would you say?
Oh, definitely going to show up. Like we talked about the littlest thing, the headset issues.
Right.
There always seems to be a headset issue.
Always, bro.
Your first game of the year. For some
always,
reason,
bro.
There always seems to be a headset issue.
Goodness gracious. Always. I remember even when I was playing, seeing G-string running all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the damn headset and opening up the little locker, trying to get the other ones out of there. So, yeah, you're right. The communication with that is going to be crazy. Now, we have, I think, one of Florida State's, and y'all remind me, I don't have his name here, but number 5, their defensive tackle.
Verse,
that's his name?
DN.
Big DN, very good player, good run stopper, and also gets a ton of pressure on the quarterback. That left tackle is going to be Big Will Campbell.
Yes.
That is who's going to be starting for LSU at the left tackle position. And let me tell you something. I've seen this kid in high school. I've seen this kid throughout the spring. I've spoken to this kid personally, and I'm gonna tell you. This kid has all the intangibles to be a first-round draft pick. If he stays healthy, continues on the course he's at, I'm not going to dub him and do all that, but he has fantastic upside. Kev, I know we was talking about him off air. He's going to have his first start against a very good defensive end and going to have to step up to the plate real quick and find out. And I personally think that it's going to take a couple series or a couple whatever for him. But there's one thing I do know about that kid. He's going to show up. He's going to show up, and I think that's going to be a matchup to watch early in the game. Because the one thing that for me personally, I know my first start long damn time ago in a really meaningful game was against Auburn, and I was shaking like a damn leaf in a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? But once I didn't get a chance to get over the nerves because they snatched me after 3 plays. But after that, I know that the nerves is the one thing you got to get over, like we pointed out before. And going into this game, first start, fresh out of high school, big-time game, kickoff classic, I really don't think that kid you know what I mean? You
That might be a good thing, though.
It
when
might,
you think about it.
but I don't think so. Not for this kid. Like, I think for me, talking to him, knowing him, just trust me. I don't think it's gonna phase him at all after a while.
No, it ain't
At all.
At all. I don't think
He's a damn monster. You understand me? He what you call a damn dog. You hear me? So it's not gonna phase. But everybody, dog, it don't matter what your 5-star, 2-star, 1-star, it don't matter. Once you step up, I tell people, for me, like in the SEC, the biggest jump for me was from high school to the SEC. It wasn't like from college to the NFL for me. It was from high school to SEC football.
Speed of the game.
Fucking speed was incredible. You understand me? The speed was incredible. And if you play in the SEC, this is my opinion, if you play in the SEC and you go to the NFL, you're fine. The speed ain't shit. But if you coming out of high school to college, the speed is incredible, dude. It's incredible, especially at the D-line position. It's incredible. Dog, people like, damn, Jarvis Green, Roshan Matthew, these guys was coming on so fast, dog. They get on you so fast, and they so big. You're not used to
stand-up
it.
guys you were talking about, those outside linebackers, those athletic guys that got long arms and they can run. Oh, my God. That's the guys. I'm talking about that because that's the guys I had to block when I got into the NFL.
Guys like Ali Gay.
Exactly. I had to block Willie McGinnis, Chris Slade, all of those type of guys.
And that's when now Kev, perfect go into, and then we're gonna get back on this chalk talk. How when you're deciding the situation that LSU's in, like you pointed out, everything new. And when you're deciding on starting a running back, right? And you know if you're at LSU, you can run a damn football. You know you're a running back, you run a damn football. You know what I'm saying? You know you can run the ball. You're not here because you can't run the football. So, my thing to you, Kev, the next thing, I know what you're going to say, I think. Knowing that everything's new, knowing what we need, do, shit, the whole kit and caboodle. What is the next important decision-making factor that goes into you saying, okay, you're the guy that's starting this game?
Quarterback?
No, running back.
What goes into that situation?
Yeah, whether it's blitz protection, pickup.
Knowing what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Understanding what you have to do on all aspects, not just running the ball, like you said, blitz pickup, play action pass, knowing if we got a scan or not, if you're not scanning, going back, like we just talked about, knowing your keys, if there are movements.
How important are those tests you guys give us?
Very important. Very important. It may be an open book test, but all it is to make sure that you actually look at it. You actually go back and look over it. And it's some of the things that we think as coaches as being the most important thing that through the course of the game, and which is probably like what we talked about, their movements, their blitzes, who blitzes the most, what those keys
percentages?
Are. Yeah, percentages. What those keys are. For instance, like if they have 2-3 techniques, you may know that they're going to do. Somebody has to come back to the middle of the defense. Somebody has, it doesn't make any sense to have the middle wide open like that.
That's exactly right. And for what y'all don't know is Kevin's talking about actual taking a test. These guys, I did, Kev did, you actually take a test. Just like you would for math, English. You take a football test, a responsibilities test. If you see this, what are you checking to? If you see this coverage, what are you going to? You know what I mean? If you see this linebacker walk out on this edge, what are you now doing? What is now your protection? When you see those guys out there pointing, and you see the quarterback comes up and he points to this guy and points to another guy, that's him communicating to the wide receiver and also the running back, okay, that's who you're protecting. And then also telling the wide receiver, if that guy and that guy comes, we're either going to run a slant, we're either going to run a quick look, whatever it is that we've decided throughout the course of that game week that would be best for us in that situation. So if it's a slant, it's a slant. Next week it might be a look pass. Next week it might be a draw. We don't know. But that's what Kev and Stu are alluding to when we talk about us having tests. So student athletes is really student athletes, folks. We take tests during the week and we take tests on the weekends as well. To prove. So those percentages let the coaches know, hey, this guy understood. But like Kev pointed out, it's open book. So it's really for information. it's really for information. So guys basically have the keys to the test. You know what I mean? So everybody's on the same page, which is, you know, one of the great things that I've seen in the strategic planning of what Coach Brian Kelly and this staff has been trying to do. They've been very strategic about what they've been doing and how they've been going about things. And I tell you, I'm excited. I'm here for whatever is going to unveil and unleash Sunday in the New Orleans Superdome. I'm looking forward to the new era, so to speak, of LSU football with our new head coach Brian Kelly, and you know, the offense, defense, and seeing these guys fly around and see what we're going to look like, see what we're going forward to the future. What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to seeing Sunday, Kev?
Just the offense.
Yeah.
How they come together. I think we know as a fan, former players, kind of know how the defensive front, the front seven is, how they're going to come out. They're a veteran type group. Some guys that probably never played as much, but guys that have played a lot of college football. Correct. The back end, you know, we want to check that out.
Right.
You know, that's kind of the question mark a little bit on the defensive side. But if it's the defensive line does what they're supposed to do, it seems like they, you know, the back end should be in good hands. So I think it's just as the offense as they come together throughout the course. I know you can't expect nothing the very first game as an offense, because you know how it usually starts. The offense usually starts off slow that first game of the year. Right. Because they got to adjust to the speed of the game.
That's right. Gotta mesh. You know, it's a little bit easier, in my opinion, defensive when we have those studs, those guys that could fly around. You could run it. Those guys that could fly around on that side of the football. So offensively, when we go into a football game, everything has a lineup. The offensive line has the block. You know, guys have to catch, we have to throw. What you see here, defensively, guys flying around. Florida State defense flying around. And defensively, when you have, you know, a couple playmakers at each tier, whether it's, you know, defensive line, offensive line, they can make up for you taking the wrong step or going in the wrong gap. You know, Ali Gay, on just speaking from outside, he can make up for a guy going inside and missing a tackle and coming down the line and disrupting and causing havoc. So that's what we talking about when we say, you know, the speed catching up a little bit slower offensively. And you know what, dog? It always was frustrating too. It was always frustrating because you did so much offensively going into the season, right? You did so much because you always hear that it ain't nothing it ain't nothing new. So you always try to, whether it's ramp it up a little bit earlier, get a little bit more physical, you know, get a little bit more timing with your guys, go a little bit harder. But like you pointed out, bro, it's no substitute for a game. No. It's just no substitute for the speed. It doesn't matter what you do. It don't matter how much noise you pump into the stadium. It don't matter how much discomfort or whatever you try to put into the atmosphere of practice. It's just never, ever, ever gonna be that.
No, not
ever.
The fact of you not getting tackled every play in practice, not getting taken to the ground.
Pause it right there.
You getting taken to the ground, it's a big factor every play. That's a major factor in you getting tired. So, you know, that's the thing about playing a game. You get that whole feel. You get that, and playing a game before you played the first game, and another team that didn't play that, like you say, that's an advantage.
It's an advantage. Rewind that one, because when Kev was talking, this is when he said advantage. It popped into my head. This is one of the advantages. You can put it up there. This is one of the advantages of having a first game. What you're going to see here is no tackling, right? You're going to see a lot of missed tackles. You're going to see a determined running back dragging and pulling players. You're going to see a lot of missed tackles. Guys saying, oh, I got him. I had him down. When you talk about advantages, Kev, this to me is an advantage for Florida State as far as their defense. You've had live action. You know, a lot of teams aren't going a lot of live action where you're tackling. A lot of guys are doing the remote tackling dummy that don't cut back, that don't jump cut like you used to,
right,
and do all that. Right. So, you know, I understand. So for me, it's like the first game, just having that ability to tackle. We saw that last year with Ogeron with the first when we came out. It was the tackling was bad the first couple games. And so that is one of the things that I was very leery of just going into this is the lack of, possibly lack of tackling.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. It happens most of the time. With a lot of first game.
Well, that's what I mean, just the first game.
Right. And I think coaches are very aware of that.
Yeah.
And they try to fix it as much as possible as they can without, like talking with Coach Kelly talked about today at the Bengal Bells about how, there's a reason why there wasn't really not much soft tissue injuries.
Correct.
Was because the way they practiced,
Correct.
Way the way they got the guys,
Correct.
Get ready for the season, so you wouldn't have none of that, so guys would be ready,
Correct.
for the season. So, like you said, that they may have some of that just because of that aspect.
100%. I mean, that's the what you would say the byproduct of not being physical, but you have guys healthy,
right.
And if you have the mentality of rallying to the ball, because most of what we're seeing with these missed tackles is guys just stop pursuing because they think the guy's down. You know what I mean? They think the play's over. They think the guy's down, so they stop pursuing to the football. And that's the biggest thing that you've seen on that. And we're going to flip now. Let's flip it to our side of the ball, dog. Let's flip it to our side of the ball. Flip it to our defense. We got our defense up there, Stu. Flip it to
you want the LSU defense up there?
Yeah, LSU defense from the spring or wherever. Put them on the spring up there.
Stu, hit us up, man.
Yeah, we want LSU defense.
Let's do something with them.
Yeah, of course. Now, kid, we talk about the big matchup to me, in my opinion, and we talked about it in this game, is going to be our front seven. Honestly, being able to control the game. Right. Being able to control the game. I personally believe we have one of the top fronts in the country. From when we talk about the guys that are on that front and the experience coming back, and like you pointed out, Kev, guys that if you weren't a starter, you got some time.
Yeah, you played some college football, so that really does matter.
It really does, and the fact that these guys are young, eager, and have a lot to play for. A lot of these, we talk about NFL and positioning, and I'm gonna jump right to NFL because that's what the aspirations are of these guys. And these guys know in order to get there, there's a certain way you got to play.
Right.
So that's the end game, but they definitely know and understand. Yeah, I'm playing for the love of my school and the love of myself and my family. But these guys have goals. And I mean that. These guys have goals that they want to meet. And I remember, Kev, when I got to New England and Bill had that big meeting he had every year, and he brought you up there and Millie Mack and Tom and Adam Vinatieri, like all the core guys, he brought y'all up to the front. And he told everybody else, you better find what you can do. You better find out what you can do, you know what I'm saying, what your job is and what you're going to do best to make this shit. And that's the same thing. Like, these guys are core guys that have a belief in what they can do and where they want to go. So
not just that, the standard was set by guys before them as well. That they have to uphold. And that they respect the guy that played before them. I guarantee you that.
Before them. And let me tell you something. If our front seven, and I'm not just talking about the starters, because there's nice depth there too on the defensive line.
Definitely.
I'm talking about all those guys. I'm talking about the defensive line, the linebackers, all of them. All those guys, they play the way they need to and control this football game and because the other thing on defense, when we talk about that has to gel like the offense is a secondary. Like the secondary, they really have to communicate. They have to gel. You know what I mean? They got to be in sequence and all that. So the front seven can help that, though. Because you let me know what you think. But because in my opinion, the question mark on defense is our secondary. Not saying they can't play. Not saying that, they can't go out and do what they need to do. But I don't know them. We don't know them. They're guys, they're transfer guys coming in, guys that have to gel together, and we have to see what happens when they do gel together. So let's not get it twisted. Not saying that these guys aren't talented and can't play, but saying that haven't seen them and haven't seen how they're going to come together yet. So that's really what I'm looking. That's one of the positions I'm looking forward to watching closely Sunday and seeing how they come out of that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the young kid Sage. I'm looking forward to seeing Jordan Allen. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of those young guys, man, and seeing how they fit into building what they call this new era of LSU football. What's up? We found it yet, Stu?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just.
I tell you what, though, if the defensive line playing well, the secondary going to be playing well.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah. Yeah. Interested also to see the coordinator. I mean, I know the coordinator. We know House. You know House. Right. I know House. But interested I'm interested to see how House call that thing too.
Well, it sounded like he
I like House,
who he has.
I like House.
It sounded like he understands who he has at what position he has them, and knows what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are.
And you know what? You just saying that's key, man. Because you have some coaches come in and try to make their shit fit. You know what I mean? Even if they don't have it, what they need to make it fit right now, they make the shit fit.
Right.
So it's wonderful to hear that he came in and that's the approach that he took with that. I like House, though.
Yeah, and then you hear a lot of good things from a lot of other different people out, not just with the organization, but places he's been before.
That
saying how good of a person he is as a coach and just a person in general.
That's even more important. Why I can't see nothing, dog? What's this right here? Oh, that's that D line. It's too far away.
Man, what you want practice, bro? This is what we got.
That's what we gonna have to get. We're gonna have to get that. Don't worry about it.
22.
But because I can't see him moving around.
Look, put it like this: after this weekend, we gonna have all the film.
We're gonna have all the film after this, baby.
We're gonna have the film we need.
We're gonna have all the film. We're gonna sit here with the pointer, and see him moving. But
I got a portable one, man.
The portal, that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. Joy take care of it. He'll be all right. But what Kev and I are talking about is the point of this whole football game. Like I pointed out, the matchup going to come down to, in my opinion, the damn O-line and D-line on both sides of the football. The movement by Florida State's offensive line and us offensively staying with it. Not just the first quarter, second quarter, but when you get tired in the third and fourth quarter when it really matters, because that's when the movement and everything going to start. Now, let's I mean, and you let me know that dive into this a little bit, Kev, because go ahead.
The movement going to start
early
because he know that we young guys. Most guys just starting together. Cam starting at right tackle.
Yeah.
Cam was the left tackle.
Yeah.
Will at left.
Yep. Will at the left.
Dellinger at center. None of these guys have really played together, so the movement gonna start very early.
Quick. It's gonna be all movement.
Right. Yes. I want to see where you guys are. I want to see what type of work you've done with movement.
How big is in-game adjustments gonna be?
In-game.
Not halftime.
In-game adjustments are always gonna be big. What the guys see upstairs, relaying it downstairs, how quick they can relay it downstairs. That's gonna be very, very key.
And getting it to the field and having those guys being able to adjust and see it and understand it. Now, we talk about the quarterback position. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say the quarterback is going to be the transfer from Arizona State, Jaden Daniels. From what I've seen, from the history of Coach Denbrock and the history of BK, they love that do-a-threat guy that could get on the edge. They love that guy. And I'm not saying Nusk doesn't. They're very, 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 very similar quarterbacks in my opinion. I think Jaden's faster. I think Nuss throws a better ball, more accuracy. But I think they're very similar quarterbacks that could each. I don't think you change the playbook much with either one of them, Kev. I don't think that you're calling too many different plays for both of them. I think that they both are like the same kind of quarterback, And if one goes out, I don't think you throw the playbook away. I think you call the same plays.
I think that's why you're capable of playing both quarterbacks.
Right.
Because you don't have to change the playbook much. I think you pretty much stay on schedule. There might be some more run plays that you call for Jaden than you call for Nuss.
Design runs?
Yeah, the more design runs for Jaden, but Nuss can do it. But I think if Jaden is the guy, you're going to have more design runs for him.
Yeah, he's definitely more explosive when we talk about, could get down the field.
Right.
Than Nussmeier is. So, yeah, I would definitely agree with that it changes in the sense of the run plays. And I think with him, you probably put him out on the edge a little bit more. I think Nussmeier plays a lot better from the pocket than he does, just with the accuracy. The problem I have with Jaden early, from what I've seen from him early, is his short game accuracy. And we got any clips of him throwing the ball? You on the phone, Stu?
Why that man calling you out like this?
I always call him out. He always
like to call me out.
You know I am, but
Let me find some.
You got somebody to defend you now.
you know I am.
Appreciate you, big dog.
He be getting lost over there. Stu know I be calling him out, boy. Hey, but
Man, the iced coffee pretty good. Thank you.
Iced coffee?
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Hey, shout out, man. Iced coffee. Hey, I told somebody last week, somebody did hit me too. They wanted to bring us food. We're going to have to get it for next week. They're going to bring us food.
Got a
we
food
got a
sponsor?
We got a food sponsor. Dog.
What?
Food sponsor.
Where they been?
Hey, where they been at? We got pizza tonight, though. We got pizza. We all right. We always going to eat good now. We going to eat good. You got it, Stu? We got Jaden. Like I was saying, the only problem and this is the thing too, man. I get it. I give this kid so much grace, bro, because it's practice, and I'm like, AI practice. We talking about practice.
Not again.
Not again. I hated practice, bro. And the reason I didn't like practice personally is because the field. It was so many people on the field. You have so many coaches on the field. Kev, you know how you be in practice and you trying to throw a deep ball. You trying to throw a post route. And they got to run out the way of the defensive coordinator and run out the way of the damn manager. Yeah, bro. And so every time we was on the field, I just always felt like it was so congested, dog. I always felt like it was so, like a million people on the field. And when it was always game time, like whenever I got ready to play in the game, like on Saturday, it always felt like it wasn't enough people out there. Everybody over there, wide ass open. You know what I mean? For real.
I could throw wherever I want.
Yeah, for real.
Don't do that.
Well, yeah,
I used to
throw
try.
it to the right jersey.
Yeah, don't
I
do
used to
that.
try.
Don't throw it wherever you want.
Shit, I used to try. What is Jaden, Arizona State? Mm-hmm. This is what I'm saying right here. But nah, see, here we go with the running skills. You know, and this must have been, this is sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
Or this is sophomore year, second year. Yeah. Because see, his second year, and I also say, man, it's a drop off, not a drop off for him, but a drop off in what happened because his freshman year, they were senior loaded at receiver.
Yeah.
And the receivers left. And so his second year, he actually damn near rushed for 1,000 yards almost,
that
right?
Was that throw you was talking about though last week. That short.
Go back.
Out.
Go back. But yeah, go back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
Oh, he's very explosive.
Yeah, he explosive.
Just that short throw in the backfield. That's not
that
in the
swing.
Dirt. Right.
That's right. That swing. And that was beautiful.
And look what he did.
But that's the things I'm talking about. This play right here is very evidentiary of what I haven't seen early on now. I'm seeing it now, but I haven't seen it thus far at LSU consistently enough. You understand me? And not only that, like, dude, we know the run is not even a question. What we talking about is, because it's just like the Jordan Jefferson effect. When Jordan Jefferson broke off against Miami, came into the league, running, boom, boom. Now everybody knows. Once they get film on you in this league, you're gonna have to do something different. And throwing, and I'm talking about that 12 on in, Kev, that 6 to 15 yards accuracy, which is what we're gonna need to keep, especially with our receiver. We got them gangsters. All you got to do is keep them moving, and you're gonna make plays.
That's the type of throws you're talking about right there.
But that was to the sideline. That's accuracy right there. The ones to the sideline where guys are going down and catching them and you put I'm cool with that. That's why I say for him in this situation, I am gonna give him a lot of grace going forward because it's a new day, new start, new coaching staff, new system, new players, and all that. So just let me tell you something. Either him, Nussmeier, whoever it may be, if they come out, run the offense, right?
That was a good play design.
Take care of their mental checks, get the ball out on time, because if we run the ball well, and the coaches help them with motions and identifications, Kev, you know what I'm talking about? He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's not like the kid hasn't played. He just hasn't played in this league.
You got to take care of the ball.
Take care of the football.
Honestly.
And when I know that people throw this term around. I don't think this term applies to him per se. But when you have what we think our defensive front should be, when you have a front like that and you know you're going to be able to create some kind of havoc, create some kind of chaos, I agree with you, Kev. Just take care of the football. Jimbo used to always tell us, know when the journey's over. You know what I mean? Know when the journey's over and keep us out of harm's way, because you can have a defense who's going to shorten the field for you. Right. You know, and hopefully a special teams that's going to give you the ball in some favorable positions. So just take care of the football. Take care of the football. But here you see a really good, accurate pass across the middle, man. Really good, accurate pass across the middle that keeps them moving. And that's what he has to do, just keep them moving.
I see what you're talking about, the actual dual threat and what Kelly likes in the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's very explosive coming out, those RPOs, those read option plays, running the ball with the football.
And he kind of plays bigger than he is.
Even who he reminds me of though, but not as accurate, is the quarterback for Alabama, but just faster. He reminds me of Bryce in his stature,
California,
and how he throw. Yeah, true.
That's
and also
when you say
his
that,
mechanics.
And when you say that, he got to get hit.
Yeah, he got to get hit.
Got to get hit.
He got to get
That's
hit.
his thing.
He got to get hit. You're 100%, 100%, 100%. But here you see, that was a nice RPO quick slant right there to the tight end in the slot. Like, those are the things that we're going to have to hit consistently. Those are definitely things we're going to have to hit consistently. But here you see why, you know what I mean, why you would go with him. I mean, listen, the NFL, college football, everything is all predicated on guys that could change one end of the field to another. Whether it's defense, whether it's, what's big boy name for the Rams, the defensive tackle?
Aaron Donald.
Well, yeah, so Aaron Donald, who could disrupt, rip the ball, those type of Ramses. Playmakers are what you're looking for, and that's what you have with the legs of a Jaden Daniels. Now, we're gonna see going forward with the passing aspect of it, and can we get that consistent? Or I'm not even going to even say, can we get that consistent? Can we be consistent with that here where we are now? And let me say something now. If that is the case, Kev, you got something. That's the case, you have something. And you get that offensive line. Because I personally think that Emory Jones and Big Will, I think that in 3 years you possibly could have 2 first-round draft pick offensive linemen coming out of LSU with those 2 guys.
Oh, I definitely think so. Just in recruiting those guys.
Oh, my. I know you. See, that's what I'm saying. I know. And you know better than me.
There's not too often that you get 2 offensive linemen in 1 year in the state of Louisiana that you get to come to LSU.
And that are like so highly sought.
Right.
5 stars, 9 stars.
9 stars.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Will is a 9-star. That they should get dog.
Well,
they should get. You know what they should do?
They do 5-star plus now.
Fuck that.
That's the new.
They should. You know what they should do, dog? After them cats come to school,
they should keep rating them.
No, they should rate their ass one more time after they come. So the 5 stars.
I think somebody does do
Who
that.
do that?
I think 24/7 might do it.
That ain't no new shit I just said.
I mean, it's kind of new.
You trying to trademark?
I was trying to get some new shit, kid.
But you should, like, it should be
But
a
for
different
real,
ranking system. Like, I see what you're saying.
If you a 5-star and you come to college and you a bust, they should bust your ass down to a 1-star.
Damn.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean,
Damn.
because, like, once you hit
Real
the
with
transfer portal, like,
especially if you done got
got
some time on the field, though. If you ain't got no time on the field, you know what I mean? Like, you can't rate a cat. Yeah, you can't rate
But why you ain't got no time on the field?
That's true, too.
True. If you came in highly recruited.
If you that
why
dog,
ain't got that
because
time?
look at Big Will.
Yeah.
Big Will
He
about to
came in here
start.
31.
Big E. That's what I'm saying.
And
you know what I'm
Emory
saying?
might push for a spot in that first
He gonna
couple.
play.
Yeah, he got to
He's gonna play. Even if he ain't start, he's gonna play. That kid's gonna play. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna play. All of them should get reclassified, though. After they get their little first start, because you know what they're gonna do.
Every last one.
Every last one of them. Shit. We gonna be back. We're gonna take us a short little break and be back. We got a couple of things to jump back into. We got hot topics coming up. We're gonna dive into it a little bit more with this LSU Florida State game. We're gonna take a little bathroom break. We'll be back on Where My Dawgz At. Hoo, hoo, hoo. The coach is the most important play in this whole thing with these guys, because one is new offenses, then guys are younger, guys are coming from different systems, coming from different everywhere. So the one that's the other fact that's going to come into this. Whoever picks this shit up the fastest, whoever picks this
It's
up
an even
to where,
playing field.
Yeah, 100%.
Even playing field, because you talk about Miles Brennan having experience. He's had, 4 different coordinators in 4 years?
Yeah, but that helps him also.
Yeah, because that's just different terminology at that point. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
To bring back the Joe Brady one. That one worked. That one seemed to work.
Yeah, you adapt, man. You adapt to it. And Nussmeier, by him coming, his dad being a coach and coming from that pedigree and that background, this is also something that he should be comfortable with. I know he's young, but learning different terminology, concepts are basically the same.
It's different verbiage.
Curl flat is curl flat. Goals is goals. You know what I mean? It's just different terminology. So that type of thing for them should get picked up pretty easily from Nussmeier, from all those guys. All those guys are smart guys. Miles, all those guys. They should pick that up pretty swiftly. But Nussmeier's advantage in this whole thing is, I mean, without a doubt, his legs. Without a doubt, his confidence. You know, without a doubt, his ability. And he actually reads defenses pretty good right now for the stage that he is in his young career. He picks up defenses and goes to the right place with the ball pretty good. His problem is getting them feet in line all the time or going there, because he's so athletic. You know what I mean? So sometimes he just relies strictly on that quick twitch and getting that ball out, but he has to get his feet lined up. And also with him, he has to work on that accuracy as well. Hot topics, dog.
How you feeling,
Hot topics. Let's get into that right now. What we talking about right now is, you know, myself, I played for Coach Jimbo Fisher, and I also played for Coach Nick Saban at the hot twilight of my years at LSU, transferring from Coach Jerry DiNardo. And I've spoken about this a couple times. We got to turn the air up down in here, dog. Damn. I've seen Coach Saban, honestly, get into a few spats with coaches, with players. And the one person, honestly, and everybody knows Jimbo's my guy, but the one person that I've never seen back down is Jimbo Fisher, right? So for Coach Saban to go into the kind of rant that he did, but I think it was a very strategic, a very planned rant on his part. I don't know if the name calling part, I think somebody might have slipped him a Mickey or slipped him something before he got on that podium. Because for him to call out Jimbo and then call out Deion Sanders, which has put all his efforts into trying to revitalize the HBCU and trying to bring notoriety and some platform to those guys at the HBCU level, for him to call them guys, and especially for him to call them guys out after dog. Coach Saban been winning the damn recruiting war and the recruiting battles for years now. Do we really think that he's winning those without the under the table deals that's now on top of the table? I mean, it's college football. You've been dominating the sport recruiting wise and coaching wise for a while now. So my thing is, damn, you talk about parity and you want everybody to catch up. Well, parity is happening. You know what I mean? Parity is happening when it comes to the Texas A&Ms, the Clemsons, the Ole Miss, these teams that used to be in the middle of the pack, and now these teams are now stepping up to the plate because of NIL. And the question, and that's why I said when he was at this this meeting that he was having, it was for boosters. You know what I mean? It was how you talking about somebody else's money and you there begging for money. You there trying to get these people to, or you trying to let them know, listen, these guys, the reason why they took 4 of the top 8 guys that we were going after, and they are edge rushers and they are defensive players, it's because they got more money. It's because they offered these guys more money. Their NIL deals were better. So open up them textbooks and let me get this money. You know, whether it was that angle or the angle of trying to, like you said, get some kind of parity for the NCAA or the federal government, whoever the hell, to come in and regulate what they're doing with the money. I say this, man, you better catch up. Coaches chimed in on that. Lane Kiffin chimed in too. Lane Kiffin was like, Lane Kiffin said his mouth was still wide open. It was 7 o'clock and he's still looking at the television. And the press conference was at damn 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So all those coaches chimed in because they were surprised at what happened with Coach Saban saying that. Because if you think about Coach Saban, everything that he does is very calculated, and it's to move the needle in his direction, in his favor. So I don't know if what his motive was. I would love for him to let us know what that was, or to come out so we can find out. I don't know what his motive was, but whatever his motive was, it was definitely something that he planned, in my opinion, just from playing for him and knowing him as you know, friends.
So well, I gotta tell you what happened. So man, when they play that song, that fight song, man. You know, we only play that fight song in the 4th quarter and the start of the game. Well, it was a time where they were trying to rally us because we were getting our ass destroyed.
Yeah, it was 13-0 at halftime.
The band played the fight song in the 2nd quarter.
Sure did.
Man,
they absolutely
that
did.
goddamn song got in my bones, and I started having a goddamn out-of-body experience. And I told Coach Saban was walking, and I told Coach Saban, Coach, I want to play. And he looked at me and said, why not step behind the line?
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha, Malik Neighbors, Miles Frazier,
Kyron Lacy,
Greg Brooks.
Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team.
make a difference.
Bet. Let's get it done.
Yes, sir. Back in the building. Back at it. We're sitting here talking about, man, just how important is it or not important is it, or how much of an advantage or not an advantage of having a game already such as the Florida State Seminoles have. Me personally, I think it's an advantage for Florida State to know what they have, and also with, like we pointed out, it not being Norvell's first year, so him being able to continue on, I guess not too much momentum, but to continue to build on what he's trying to do with his program. And BK and our wonderful staff that we have assembled on paper to now see what our future or what it's going to look like when these guys take the field this coming Sunday against Florida State. I personally believe that we're going to see two quarterbacks at some point during this football game. I also believe that our defensive line should and will dominate this football game. I think that Florida State is going to have something. They're going to have some kind of wrinkle, some kind of something. I don't know what it would be, whether it's no huddle package, I don't know what it would be. But being that they've had the opportunity to play a game already, they also have the opportunity to put something in, not worrying about what's going into the first game. So I think that is an advantage for them, having played a game already and now being able to build on that, whether it's with trickery, whether it's with formationing us a certain way, giving us a look we haven't seen. But Norvell is that type of a head coach, that type of an offensive-minded guy, and we have to be ready, like Kev talked about, with the in-game whether it's substitutions or just corrections or just, adjustments to whatever it is that we may see that we're not used to. And I don't know whether it's empty, whether it's the quarterback at wide receiver, whatever it may be, unbalanced line, or unbalanced formation, and just being able to have a base formation to go. Now, how'd y'all handle that, Kev? Like, how'd y'all handle that when, going into a game in the staff, when you guys talked about it, as far as like them having a game already and now having, what if you see something totally different that you haven't seen offensively, defensively? How do you go about categorizing? Is it a base, something that you get in?
Well, before the game, when you're scouting, doing your report, you try to do as much scouting as you can about the defensive coordinator and what he's done, what's his tendencies, what he tends to get into in this situation, whether it be 1st and 10.
Like we talked about percentages.
Right, percentages.
Yeah.
You try to get that, but some guys try to trick you and do certain things.
Go away from tendency.
But most guys, they stick with what, who they are and what they do. And, they try to, like you said, we try to trick you, but at the same time, most guys can pretty much do what they do.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think that, for me, it's the coaches that do it at the right time, the right call, whether it's an onside kick and you're not expecting it, whether it's a double pass and you're not expecting it, whether it's a flea flicker, whatever it is, it's the coaches that show their hand with that. Because I'm with you. You're not going to see a damn blitz zero, which is everybody coming 40% of the time. You'll see it 6, right? Or 5, right? And that's on backed up 4th, 3rd, and 30 with whatever, right? So the percentages that Kev talking about is very, very important, because a coach showing his hand early in the football game is not what he's going to do the entire football game.
No.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like them playing that game already.
Right.
Yeah, we seen a lot of movement. We seen some pressures coming. But that was very vanilla for them against, an average team.
A less than average team in Duquesne.
I didn't want to say that.
Oh, you can say it on here. It's Duquesne.
No, but I didn't want to say. I'm not going to
disrespect. Okay.
I'm not going to disrespect them.
You
like
don't.
That because they work their butt off to be
You're
where
right.
They are right now.
I will, though. I will.
But
I will. They're not the caliber of LSU or Florida State. I know what you mean.
Right. So, with that being said, they have some stuff that they have planned.
Correct.
Ready. That they probably been practicing for camp.
100%.
They was very vanilla this game and wanted to, show you, hey, look, we do have this, but at the same time, don't think that's
everything.
All. Yes, definitely.
And but you see, the one thing, and that's why it's such a prevalent game to me, this first game. I really wish we had Southern before FSU, but it is what it is. It's because, one, they've played already, but also it's a formidable opponent. It's a formidable opponent based on where we are as an organization, and that is LSU. We're also in the proven stage. We're also in the rebuilding stage, so to speak. And we also have a bunch of questions about our football team also. So it's a very pivotal game to see where the trajectory of where we're going as a football team, as a university, as an organization going forward. So this is very important, and it's also the debut of what everyone's saying is a new era with BK and the staff in LSU football. And so to think, and then, the other thing is, dude, you're debuting in your state. You know what I mean? Like, you opening this bitch up in the dome, where we already know
most big games happen.
Where most big games happen, dog. Where most big games happen. And the dome is a special place for LSU, man. It's right here. It's right down the you know what I mean?
A lot of them boys going home. It's a big game.
It's kind of like you said, it's a very pivotal game. I'm not going to say a make or break game for both coaches, but it's a very pivotal game for both coaches and both programs, really.
I kind of consider it like the 2018 Miami game, kind of like that, that turning point. Like, you got a new coach. They had a new coach, I want to say, or They were in that era
Right,
where
right.
they was
That
trying
was
to
the
come
Jordan
back.
Jefferson debut.
No,
Nah,
that was
nah.
Joe Burrow debut.
Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
2018.
2018 in Dallas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
So that was like the start of that era of LSU football.
Yeah. I mean, it was. That's a very good observation. I think, though, honestly, I think that this is more.
Yeah. Oh, this is
a
double
lot
time
bigger
because of where we coming from.
I think this is a lot bigger, man, because you have a coach that's was at a very prestigious university for a very long time, and big in so many ways also because his legacy, Brian Kelly's legacy, Scott, which I love to death, good friend, Scott's legacy, the new president of the university, it's a lot of new. It's not just new with BK. It's a lot of new with everybody. First time we playing Southern University in Tiger Stadium. It's a lot of new and a lot of new that he's coming into from a totally different place than coming down south. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's one of the biggest opening football games ever in the history of LSU football and this new era of what they're talking about with LSU football.
You put that game up there.
Yeah, he put that thing up there.
Look, I know how important that game is. We football guys. I know where you're putting it at. I know where you're going with it. But at the same time, it ain't gonna make or break the season for both teams.
I don't think it. I don't. Well, my Mac went down. I don't think it make or break the season. I just think that when you have so many question marks going into it, I think it's just it's a lot of weight. I definitely don't think it make or break the season because you lose to Florida State. Everything is still right in front of you. I just think that you want to get off to that good start and that fast start.
Yes.
Any season, but especially in this era right here where you are, like in my opinion, you expected to beat Florida State. Like that's what I expect. I expect you to be and I'm not going to lower my expectations just because of what's going into it. So honestly, I want him to understand that everything's new to you and everything this and everything that. But dog, the expectation is still for you to come here and win. Like you're gonna get an opportunity, you're gonna get chances to get these mulligans and all these things that I hear people talking about, give them a mulligan for the first year and stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy. But at the same time, dog,
you going to win.
Nah, you better be who you supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the schedule hard. You got SEC and you got to go through the SEC. But nah, dog, you got to be who you got to be.
Gonna be hard here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You had LSU. You got to be who you want. I'm not lowering the expectations.
They got some permanent games on that schedule.
Every year, huh?
That you can't run from.
That you can't run from.
This is true.
You can't run from.
And you about to add 2 more.
You can't run from it. You're 100% correct, dog. And that's why, like, for me, you gotta go through the gauntlet, man, and like that's why I give him that's why I still give him grace, give him whatever the hell I give him, because me and Kev, you know, but we know how the gauntlet is and how rough it is to go. That's why when people be talking about, oh, these teams should schedule tougher opening games and opening this, I don't necessarily believe that if you play in the SEC.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily believe that because you run through the SEC. You've played games.
You got to play some ball.
That's what I'm saying. So if you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was one of the SEC teams and I scheduled Duquesne, like, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Do your thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that.
Almost a week off.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, you get
guys. You get a few guys back healthy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm cool with that. Like, because you're about to run through the gauntlet. Dog, this thing about LSU goes through A&M, Auburn, Alabama.
Mississippi State
come on,
3.
Like, come on, man. Like exactly.
Jump straight into it.
I'm not gonna say we gonna just skip past Southern.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. But
they gonna come to play hard. Really come to play hard. No, I know everybody that I talk to. They talking about they coming tailgate.
Yeah, I'm coming to tailgate, dog. Let me tell you something, Kev.
Outside the stadium,
I feel you on the skipping past Southern, and I'm not going to disrespect Southern because they lace them up things and come through. But let me say this: if we have a problem with Southern, and it's not because of injuries, because we got beat up the week before, but we're gonna have a long season, dog.
All right, I know. So now stop talking about the game before. You know how I am. I'm a very superstitious person. We played Florida State. my bad for bringing that.
You brought it up to me though.
Yeah, but he was talking about the schedule.
I was just about to say.
I get what you're saying. One game at a time. We trying to go 1-0.
Yes.
No, Cam brought it up.
1-0.
You know Cam brought it up.
Yeah,
you know Cam brought it up. Y'all know Cam brought it up about the game.
But you was about to go into it though.
No, I wasn't. You know Cam brought it up.
Look, he was about to have
we are so biased in here. We are so biased.
Get it up, Stu.
We just want to watch the Bayou Classic.
We are so biased in here when Cam comes in studio. It's unbelievable. It's always 3-1 in here.
You about to have us
we got
breaking
the
it down.
Lafayette. How do you know that?
Look,
How do you know that?
You went into
All I said was
They gonna
if we
strap it
have trouble with Southern,
it's gonna be
we're in trouble for the rest of the year.
That's insane.
That's true.
What's
Like,
insane?
If we was to have trouble with Southern, that would
Now
just
we
blow
want to
me.
talk about it. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I-
That's all I said. I didn't say anything else.
That would just blow me.
Why you
Nah,
want to
for
add
real
on
though,
to it?
like-
Now you gave.
Yeah, you give us some ammo.
Well, no. I'm
You
talking
put
about the
guns in
tailgate.
the-
Let's talk about the tailgate. Because I'm
You should
finna
put
be,
them
I
to the
said
Y'all
that's
see
what
me
I
at the
was talking about was a tailgate.
You
I'm
gave him
finna be
a
outside.
No,
Man.
I got my outfit ready. My
y'all
appointments
talking
ready.
about
That's a shame.
man.
Oh,
Listen,
y'all tailgating.
Where is that? Union
Unity Field.
Unity
Oh,
Field.
all right, by the Union.
the who?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all over me.
The who?
Yeah, I'm gonna be all over.
I'm
Oh,
definitely
tailgate.
gonna try to give me a golf cart.
Oh, we gotta get a golf cart, dog.
I'm definitely
Me-
gonna try.
hey,
Even though I gotta
OP
make my own one.
OP, you know you already got all the footage for LSU Southern game. Me and OP out there, y'all look out for me and my dog, OP. We gonna be out there. Y'all make sure y'all open up the tailgates. Listen. Me and OP gonna be out there. We coming to all the tailgates.
All of them.
Food.
Yeah,
we
we-
take food, drinks.
I'm with OP.
You feel me? Like we coming out there, OP getting all the footage. We going to the black tailgate, the white tailgate,
The Mexican
mixed
tailgate.
tailgate, the Mexican
We want to eat
tailgate.
some gator.
We want to see everything. We gonna be out there. This
That's the
is
craziest
this
thing.
is historic. This is historic.
Y'all gonna
Make
get
sure we
some
got our
tacos,
shirt on. Huh?
Yeah.
That
Oh
was
yeah, we
some
gotta
tacos.
have them shirts.
We gotta have our shirts. Make sure
Gotta
y'all
have
get them
them
shirts. Tacos, we everywhere. Tacos.
No, he said
Gator,
y'all gonna stop to the Mexican tailgate.
Gator tacos.
Gator taco.
Gator
It's
Hey,
on.
That
We
that
coming.
coming good. I ain't even gonna lie.
A gator quesadilla.
You eat gator, you eat fried gator,
Yeah,
right?
that's
And
good.
blackened
Grilled
gator.
gator.
Grill- Yeah.
That's good.
Fried
It's like a
Fried
chicken
gator,
taste.
my favorite.
It do taste like chicken.
Like chicken and fish. Like that's
like
the
a
It's like a
fishy
perfect.
chicken.
Yeah. Perfect.
Nah, I don't agree with that. That
I
shit don't
agree
taste
with
like.
that.
I don't get no
It's
damn
more
fish
tender
from
than
I
that.
agree with from the places I had it from. I agree with that.
They must
Where
be
you had it
frying
from?
that shit in fish grease.
Nah.
Where you had it from?
They frying it in that grease.
had
They
it-
fry fish.
No. I had it from Laura's Cafe.
No,
in Lafayette.
don't
From
no,
there.
no, dog. Don't be putting Laura's on the. Don't say that,
Why?
dog. Don't be
Oh,
naming
yeah,
them
that's-
people,
that's
dog.
one of them spots. That's
Don't
one of them
say that
spots.
though. No, hell no.
That's one of those
You
spots.
don't
though.
say that. Don't put them people on there like that.
Spots.
No, you
free
talking
promo.
about they gator taste like fish.
It tastes good though. I'm promoting like like go over there.
Man,
get
them
that.
people frying that
Really,
in
if
fish
you go to Lawrence,
grease.
you got to get like the rice plate and you got to get the chicken. You gotta
Like,
get
if
that.
your gator tastes like catfish, they frying it in fish
Nah, they
grease.
frying it good.
When
It's gonna
last
taste
time you
good.
been to Laura's?
Yesterday.
Nah. I
No.
need to go soon. Probably like last year.
How far that is from your crib, Kel?
That's in Lafayette.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah, my sister used to work to Laura's.
Yeah, but it's on the
Ooh.
north though.
My older sister used to work to Laura's. But you know, I
What-
don't go to Laura's no more.
What that place that we used to eat at all the time, Kel, with the seafood? We used to always go there. We done ate there about 50 times, dog. By your
Off
house.
the highway?
Yeah.
Praise Jones.
Praise
Oh,
John.
praise on Carrot Cook.
Yes, Praise Jones.
We done ate there about 50
Praise
times.
on.
I go to my brother's restaurant now. in
I gotta go to
Lafayette.
your
It's
brother.
Right, it's right about down
What's
the
the
street
name
from
of
us.
his,
called?
Kel?
Favorite Cuisine.
Favorite cuisines, y'all here. Y'all
Off of
here.
University in Lafayette, Louisiana.
University in Lafayette. Hey, I might be there tomorrow. I'm
Right
telling
by
you that
you,
right
yeah.
now.
What tomorrow? If
Friday.
they got seafood.
What tomorrow is?
They got seafood tomorrow.
Friday.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm trying to go to that KOK.
For the wing,
right there.
They had
University
oxtails
too.
and turkey
It was
parts
on
today.
Clinton.
Oh, I should have went today.
was the oxtails good though?
I didn't have it today, but they'd be good. That's all.
Where you get
Were they
oxtails out
Jamaican
here?
oxtails?
Come on,
When
man.
you get
Now
oxtail-
you
that,
trying to
boilfish
compare your
was-
stuff to what
They
my
good,
brother.
too.
Yeah, of course I gotta
That,
compare.
that
Kid, what
corn.
else I'm gonna compare it to?
It's not Jamaican.
You know?
Where you get them
Man,
from?
I ate some goat
I
in
did.
Jamaica.
Oh, you did? My dog just can't. Hey, you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
You know I cooked that too.
Ah, man, that stuff was
curry?
So good. Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
when you gonna
Tender,
make it?
huh?
Yeah, bro, when you gonna make some jerk chicken, dog?
Wait, where you get your
holding
oxtail
out,
from
dog.
out here?
The fuck?
You holding out, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oxtails, Ideal Market.
No,
Shout
like
out
if
to
you used to get them from like,
I don't get them from nowhere. I
Oh.
make my own.
oh, I want some.
You know what I'm saying,
Some
Stu? You feel me? She talking about Kev, no?
You can make them
Hey.
plantains.
Man,
My dog-
look, all I can say is in college,
That bitch stupid.
when we had our little Sunday shindig,
Hey, dog.
where all the players would come to the
Man.
crib and everything, that was the cook.
Hey, dog, Kev. Listen, that's why I'm telling people, dog. Like when you be seeing like traditions and things, that's why I don't agree with that Bengal Bell thing, BK. You gotta get that right, BK. We cannot have the Bengal Bells not having a LSU host or LSU player. 26 years. 26 years. We've had a LSU player represented at the wonderful, wonderful Bengal Bells. And this year, we did not for the first time in 26 years. And I'm going to tell you, shout out to Miss Debbie Harriman and the
Miss
whole
Amy.
Miss Amy, the whole Bengal Bells, bro. Like the Bengal Bells is an organization that me and Kev were talking about off the air. It ain't nothing but wonderful, wonderful ladies that love LSU. But not just that, bro. Like
LSU, period.
LSU. And like a guy like me, right, from Miami, and if you got guys like Joe Burrow come from Ohio, guys that aren't from the state are not even, close proximity. And what happens is LSU pairs you with somebody, and a lot of universities do, these foster families and families that look out for you because you're not from far. You could go by their home and have a meal and so on and so forth. And Miss Debbie Harriman was that for me, and she was part of the Bengal Bell and these women. And I've spoken at the Bengal Bell numerous times, bro. And these are women that are affluent people in the community. In the community, they help the kids, they help over everything, take care of everything. And simply having a player, in my opinion, allocated, dog, to go to that thing every week is what it should be. And that's just the simple appreciation that we can show, or LSU can show, or the LSU football team program, whoever runs it, Brian Kelly runs it, so that y'all can show to them for all the damn work and everything that they've done over the countless decades of them doing this. And it's a direct help to the football program. So why wouldn't you have someone, and they don't even care who it is, just have someone,
anybody, huh?
yeah, representing the program, because that's the type of ladies in the organization it is. It doesn't have to be a Malik Neighbors. It doesn't have to be Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that. It could be, and I don't want to take light off of anybody, but it could be somebody that's not in that limelight like that. It could be somebody, honestly, it could be somebody that they could afford to go.
Yeah.
If they don't have another obligation for
Class or something.
Class or a
NIL.
bigger media, NIL or something. So we got to definitely straighten that up for them, man, because they've done too much for predominantly football to not have a representative there after 26 damn years. That's not going to fly. So let's see if we could do something about that, BK, please. Please, I think that'll go a long way with those ladies. Because the things I've seen them set up in the damn downtown and all these things that they have for the guys when they graduate and stuff like that. That stuff is like incredible. I mean, really incredible, dog. Life-size Mike the Tiger dolls.
There's ladies I've been knowing for 26 years in that group.
That's real. That's real. What we got on the video?
Oh, I was just putting some stuff in there.
What you got?
That's the John Wall. That's Hot Topics with Jay.
Hot Topic Jay. Oh, we about to go. Well, I'm glad you said way into it. We let Kev we'll let Kev answer the first one. Hot Topic. What we got on Hot Topic?
Well, since he already got it pulled up, John Wall was kind of talking about his mental health and like the stuff he was dealing with for the past 2 years.
This is a serious topic, though.
Kind of like going through tearing his Achilles and losing his mom and his grandmother in the same year, all while like in like the COVID years. Yeah. And he was just kind of like being real with people just about mental health and that he's a human, not just a basketball player.
That's real. That's honest.
Show it.
That's what you go through. That's what happened.
What have the last 2.5 years been like for you?
Darkest place I've ever been in. I mean, at one point in time, I thought about committing suicide. I mean, because tearing my Achilles, my mom being sick, my mom passing, my grandma passed a year later. All this in the midst of COVID at the same time. Me going to the chemotherapy and sitting there, me seeing my mom take her last breath, wearing the same clothes, but 3 days straight laying on the couch beside her. You know what I mean? Like, all those sacrifices, and not having a great support family behind me, my team, the mother of my kids has been great. My 2 boys is my motivation for me. So, like, looking at all that, and I'm like, if I can get through this, I can get through anything in life. And I don't like to brag about it, because like everybody goes through something. You know, we all went through tough times. Nobody got it easy. But I don't think a lot of people could get through what I went through. And to me to be back on top where I want to be, and see the fans still want me to play, having support from my hometown, their support period means a lot. And every time where I had to go find a therapist. You know, a lot of people think I don't need help. I can get through it at any time, but you got to be true to yourself and find out what's best for you. But
deep right there. That's deep right there. You know, the mental game, the mental issues that, and I can only speak on it from an athlete's and a man's standpoint. When you have more and more public figures coming out and speaking about it and making it not taboo, it helps so much. It helps so much. The mental issues that he's speaking of, and what we all deal with throughout the course of this realm that we're in called life, is just that. You know, you see an athlete with millions of dollars, see an athlete sign these $1 million contracts, and you figure life is great. What do they have to worry about? You know, but you take for granted. No, I just stopped for a second, but it made me think about Kev when my first year in the league, right? And I was talking to my mama on the phone, and I was like, "Yeah, mama, I'll holler at you later. I gotta go to work." And my mom was like, "Where you work at?" I say, "For the Patriots." She was like, "You gonna go play football, right?" So you feel me? Like you just laugh. I know you felt me like everybody don't look at that shit as a job. You know what I'm saying? But it's your job. It's your job. And like I just speak personally, bro. Like for me, bro, and you was there because you saw me go through it. But the mental shit is real, dog. Like when I got cut and released from the Patriots, it was like the world was over. You know what I mean? It was like my life is over. I'm a failure. I'm about to go hide. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to talk to nobody. Dog, I ain't even tell the people that I was in talking to for like a week and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers found out other way. They ain't find out from me because you just so much ashamed, so much, like, and you really, and I mean, I know this now, But at the time, you don't have no reason to be ashamed.
Right.
But you ashamed because of your expectations that you have for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so, bro, you know this, Kev, because you lived there with me. Dog, I ain't talked to motherfucker for years, for months. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't talked to you for months, for years.
Right.
I ain't talked to my mama for months, for years. Like, not for years, for months. Because of the shame and the shit that come with it, because you not where you won't be, and you feel like you're a failure. Like, that's mental. You feel me? Like, Kel, that's and for I ain't never got, you know what I mean? Like, John Wall went through a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I haven't lost my mom and my you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I lost my grandparents early, and we all go through tragedy, and that was his situation that he went through. But I think everybody, dog, like, especially if you had goals and set goals and going through just anything in life, man, because, you know, in our culture as black people, it's taboo for you to go to a therapist.
Yeah.
Or I go to speak about it. I go to a therapist every fucking week. Excuse me, every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's that person beside my fiance that I could go to that's non-judgmental, that even though you're paying that person, but that person you're paying to dissect and to help you through whatever it is, that shit helped me realize early on I had abandonment issues that I never knew I had. You know what I'm saying? By my mom and them leaving from Jamaica and coming back early, and me flip-flopping, going back and forth, like, I had those things. I never knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? But all those things helped me to get into it and to deal with it. And it helped me to be a better father. It helped me to be a better teammate. Eventually, the teammates helped me to be eventually a better husband, a better boyfriend, a better all that shit. So, you know, in our culture, man, we all know that the going to see a therapist and talk about our problems and, you know, the mental health part of it, it ain't just white people problem.
It's an everybody problem.
Yeah, that shit don't have no race card, man.
That's a universal thing. Like,
I'm gonna hit you black.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't none of that, man. And you know, for the guys that come out about it, such as Jay Wall, I've seen a bunch of NFL guys come out about it. I've seen a bunch of entertainers and so on and so forth come about it. Hey, Kev, you actually talked about it on the first time we came in here. You talked about it. And I think the more, man, you make it something that's not taboo. You make it something that, yes, we can talk about it. You make it something that, yes, I need to speak to someone I can't speak to this person, but I can speak to this person. And eventually I could bring this person into the fold, whether it's your spouse, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mother, your daughter, your sister, your brother. We all have it. We all have these things they call generational curses that at some point or another, depending on who you are, you have to break it, whether it's with money, whether it's, you know, mental illness, whether it's, you know, you have a mother, or you have a brother, or you have a sister that you have a grievance with, you know, or any of those things. I've had to deal with it personally with me and my mother and things of that nature, and we're in a wonderful, wonderful place. Me and my mama. I know my dog right here already know. He done, you know, had to calm me down before, and that's that. I got, you know, Kev, it's so crazy, bro, because like now with all that shit, dog, it's like things that I was ashamed of before. It's like now it's just like I realize that it's not. That was just my part of life,
right?
That I had to get through, and we all at some point got to get through and be okay with. You know what I'm saying? I remember you calming me down in the locker room, dog. That's why I love you so much, my nigga. I remember you calming me down in the locker room from going through it with my mom. He was like, "Ro, nah, you gotta And that's what the change was. That was the push was for it. So the mental health that you saw from John Wall is real. It's real through the NFL. It's real through the NBA. And it's real through all these guys, man, that come out and speak about it and want to do something about it. So hats off to John Wall. Hats off to him for that, man.
Definitely.
What you got, Jay?
There's some more breaking news.
Who?
Well, I was going to do a good one first. But Russell Wilson.
Russ got that money.
5-year, $245 million contract extension that includes $165 million guaranteed.
Whoa. Wait, hold up. No, I'm confused because didn't he just sign?
But he transferred teams.
I know, but like so the Seahawks were still paying part of the contract.
The Seahawks,
when they traded him, the Broncos
took up everything. And they redid his deal.
But the Broncos won him. They got him for 7 more years now.
Right.
All right. So it was like
they redid his
like
deal.
Yeah.
It's an extension. I see. It ain't really a new deal.
He just got a big.
He got an extension.
He just got a little more guaranteed money.
You think he plays that out?
We paid.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think he plays that out.
Skill players around him to play it out. Like young skill players too.
This is the thing. For years, you see guys get paid off of potential. Because that's what it is when you come into the league. When you draft a quarterback first round, all that bullshit, you're paying them off of potential. So, me personally, I am so cool with a guy getting their money and you let me on the back end after they've proven that they can play in the league and shit. If the Denver Broncos still feel like Russ worth 100, what he got guaranteed? 165. Man, more power to the boy. Get your money,
and
boy.
his biggest cap hits on the last years too. 2027 is $44 million, and 2028 is $50 million.
So
he got a lot of money on the back end.
Yeah,
he got a lot of money on the back. I hope
that's why he got that 165.
That's why up front. Damn right. Damn right. Shout out to Russ, man. Russ winning, dog.
Oh, yeah,
Russ winning.
On and off the
Russ winning. Russ winning.
Facts.
He got Future mad at him still. You feel me? Because he took his girl. And
I don't think Future worried about that, bro.
Future mad. Future made a video, Kel. Future made a video where he got a Russell Wilson impersonator. The impersonate in the video. He feeling some type of way. You feel me? He is, Kel. I ain't about to go buy no impersonator to impersonate my ex's dude if I ain't feeling a certain type of way.
True.
For real. So, he underneath Future skin. That boy just got that check. He all right. Russ all right now. He better win, though. He better win,
and
though.
it's working for him, too.
Yeah.
Like
what?
Like the Broncos country, let's ride. Like, a lot of people said it was corny, but like.
They said what?
They said it was corny.
What?
Like, when he did like a video, like a hype video.
You
like,
ain't see the Broncos Nation?
Country.
Broncos Nation.
No, let's get it twisted.
You ain't see that?
I don't think Russ is like.
You don't think he corny?
I think he's
You
corny,
think
but
he
like
is
not
No, I do, but I don't. But I mean, that's fine. That's him. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying?
If you know who he is, why?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's working for him. Like the fan base, the Broncos, like they agree with it. Like that's their hashtag.
He's corny, but he's not super duper corny. Like he's not over the top corny. He's just
It's corny.
he's just a little square.
It's corny dudes in the league to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
but
not
I'm
the
just.
corniest.
What I'm saying is this. Like,
But he's.
I don't care. Like that's what work.
cornball.
That's him.
It's working.
That's
He's
cool.
an
It's
upper
working for
echelon athlete, so that makes it a little more.
Right.
Yeah, like he's a superstar in the NFL. So it's like this dude sitting over here like
she's over
corny
here
as
talking
hell.
about he's not super.
He's not
corny.
super corny.
And
Like
you see
but
what's
he's
on
in the
But
spotlight.
compared to like
that boy's
other
a
people,
cornball, bro.
Wait,
He's
what
all
you
right.
say, bro?
The boy's a cornball, but that's all right. That's him. I ain't tripping.
He went to NC
He
State
paid.
and Wisconsin.
Listen,
I can
man.
be corny.
Hey, but look what's on his arm.
Listen,
Yeah.
man. The boy good. What I'm saying is like, that's just
That's
him.
him. Yeah, that's
We
I
ain't
feel
taking
like
away
Kyler
from the
Murray
football.
probably
aspect.
Yeah, like who
Not
cares?
at all.
I'm talking about the boy on the field.
Yeah.
Your boy's a
I was
dog.
about to say he ain't corny on
We
that
ain't taking
field.
away that.
No, that boy a dog. Like Russ is everything you want in a quarterback.
Yeah, he can do
the
everything.
fuck is accurate. He's smart as shit, and he fucking brings them together, dude.
Dangerous.
Like he brings they ass together, and he's gonna do everything
That's
possible to
his
win a football game.
Right.
That's the other thing with him. Russ is gonna do everything possible to win a football game.
dangerous.
Are they gonna surround them with some athletes at receiver?
They got some shit.
They got
Jerry
Judy. They got
They got
Sutton.
they
got
they
Noah
straight.
Fant at tight end.
Fan a dog.
I think,
They got some weapons.
Philip Lindsay might be their running back.
Nah, they cut him.
Nah, they cut Lindsay.
They cut Lindsay?
Who they got at back?
Man, listen, man. You know, and listen, man.
I think they got one of the
That's not a
Chubbs.
big concern.
Chubb, his brother.
See, just like them
Nick
GMs
Chubb?
over there talking about that.
It's true though, Kev.
Bradley Chubb, brother.
It's true, Kev. Like if you got a special running back, it's definitely noticeable. But this is the thing. If that fucking offensive line open up the hole and doing,
Nah,
I need somebody that can see. You could at least give me what I need, dog. I believe in that. I believe that you got special back. I don't believe that the running back or line breed. I don't. I just believe that you have some special ones, and you have some ones that are serviceable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit with the quarterbacks nowadays. You got quarterbacks that you have some that are special. And that's a fucking handful. Who?
Melvin Gordon is there.
Yeah, they still got him.
They still got Melvin Gordon. Javonte Williams is their 3 running backs. Javonte Williams,
they fine.
Melvin Gordon, and Mike Boone.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. But
I don't know who Mike Boone is.
He made the 53-man roster.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's because
Lindsay
of the
over him?
running backs. That's fine. That's fine with the running backs. The shit with them is gonna be what the hell?
They defense cold too.
Oh, they got rid of Noah Fant too.
Noah Fant gone?
Yeah, gone. I'm looking at the tight end right now.
Kev argument looking more and more better.
You got that boy Justin.
But they do have Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Montrell
Oh,
Washington.
KJ Hamler, dog.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton was second in the league in deep ball accuracy. Like all deep passes that got thrown to him, he caught them.
That's why I got you over there. Give me them stats, baby.
So yeah. So he got skill, like he has skills.
He has weapons.
Like his weapons.
He had better weapons than he had in Seattle last year.
For sure. It's about the
DK and Tyler Lockett. They
that's
cold.
That's a
DK.
duo.
They cold.
I forgot about DK. My
Yeah,
bad.
and Tyler Lockett.
Nah, Tyler Lockett has been so consistent.
That's
He's
what I'm saying.
fucking fantastic.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a fantastic
Who's
player.
the third
move,
receiver?
everything.
Who's the third receiver for him?
Hey,
you got me right there, man.
DK Metcalf, though. I forgot
Yes.
about DK Metcalf, dog.
How you forget DK?
We talked
man?
about
I
him
don't
last
know.
week. He
I
just
know.
got a contract extension.
I know. I don't know. He's a damn animal.
And they just named Geno Smith their quarterback.
Who?
Over
The
Drew Lock.
Seahawks over Drew Lock. They traded for Drew Lock. Well, they got Drew Lock in that trade.
What?
And
Geno?
Geno Smith is their starter. Week
Hey,
one.
I ain't gonna lie now.
Geno could sling it now. But he ain't. I just don't know.
What
if
you say?
He could sling it.
He can throw the ball far, but I don't know if it's gonna be accurate.
Chill out.
What are y'all talking about, man?
Geno,
Y'all watching the same Geno? Geno from the crib. I'm from the crib, so
Yeah.
you know I speak the truth.
Oh yeah, I know.
What's the truth?
Nah, look, I don't think he win Super Bowl. None of that. Take it to the
Might not
playoffs.
win your
None of
playoff
that.
game either.
No.
I'm just saying. I mean, Drew Lock. You looking at Drew Lock and at Geno Smith. It's kind of like.
Compared to
I guess you got a point.
Yeah, you know what I'm
may
saying.
have a
Like,
point.
you
But
got a
when you
veteran
talk-
guy.
Yeah,
and a
but
guy
that shit
ain't
you
like
talking
that.
about Geno sling it all over the place. I mean,
yeah,
let's not
look.
say that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
Let's not say that.
But
I was like,
Yeah.
But what
let's
I
not
will
say
say-
that. Geno is serviceable.
exactly, he's a veteran. So it's
And I
like-
mean, let me tell you something now. Seattle has a problem.
yeah, they are.
Seattle has a problem. And the
why you
thing,
say that, bro?
what?
Why you say they got a
Seattle has a problem.
They do.
If you're choosing between Geno and Drew Lock,
Yeah, you got a problem.
Seattle has a problem.
They might be just
They
tanking.
traded for Drew Lock.
That might be what
What?
it
And
is.
they traded for Drew Lock, so it's
Seattle has a problem,
They might be
dog.
tanking, bro.
and the thing, but this is the thing. How old is Geno Smith right now? How old is he?
He
Look
gotta
it
be
up.
at least 30.
Look
At
it up.
least
Look it
30.
up. Because this is the only other thing that I'm gonna say.
31.
You're 31.
Oh, yeah, it's
See,
a- yeah.
no. This is what I'm gonna say about that. He's 31 years old. Geno Smith's been in the league how long?
since
8 years?
2013.
He's been in the league a long time. He should at least be at the place to where the shit ain't, you know what I mean? It's not a surprise to him and things of that nature. So a guy like Geno Smith, he may actually like be in his prime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He might actually like be in his prime to where he's deserving of that opportunity right now. Because Geno Smith's been through a lot of shit in the NFL.
It's kind of like how
he really has. He's like started and been benched and been out the league, and then that's what I'm saying. Like, he did get split.
It's crazy, bro, because he's been in the league 8 years. I remember Geno Smith. My recollection of Geno Smith was whenever he was in high school. He was a senior, and I was working 7-on-7 in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah, because he's from the crib.
And he was the quarterback, and I'm like,
shout out to Geno. You better do your thing this year.
Who the hell is this guy?
Right.
He's throwing the ball all over the place. And they went to West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
And
Tavon Austin.
Right.
Like everything you're saying is that's why I said that, and that's why you and I looked like that when he said that.
Right.
Because Geno Smith is real shit. And he from the crib. Geno Smith is inaccurate as a motherfucker.
He is.
For real, bro. And that's what the thing has always been. It's not nothing that nobody don't know. Geno Smith is inaccurate. So that's why I say, like, going into this part of his life where you are, being in the league, that you've been in the league that long, you know what you're good at and what you're not good at.
Right.
And I think that if there's ever a time, actually, for him to be successful and to do, it's now. Because he's a mature quarterback. He knows what the hell is going on. The guy should be looking up to him now to where he is if he ain't still on that bullshit and he's working hard and putting in the work. So, I give Geno Smith grace going into the season. I was definitely shocked to hear that, but shit, good luck to him going into the season. I hope he does well, because at the end of the day, Geno Smith a black quarterback. I want to see all black quarterbacks do
So,
well.
Rose, since we on the NFL game, who you got this year in the Super Bowl? Who you got this year in the Super Bowl? Like,
to win it?
Or who you got to just, be
who
that
you got
team
representing the
this year?
conferences?
Yeah.
Like, who you got out the NFC? Who you got out the AFC?
Dallas.
Oh, my
Who?
God.
I know you just didn't say.
Who you got?
You know what she
Oh,
said.
the fucking Cowboys. Hell no.
Wait.
And that's exactly how you're going to be at the end of the season.
X'd out.
X'd out.
And look, sitting on the couch, too.
X'd out the playoffs.
If you to see her facial expression, she was like, damn, and I know it, too.
I mean that.
My mental health is in the sake of them.
Y'all
for
might
about
get Sean
13
Payton next year, though.
Yeah, y'all will.
Don't
We're going to need
stress.
them picks.
Cowboys.
Don't stress.
We're going to need them picks.
Oh, I'm never stressed.
Who is going to represent the AFC and the NFC in the Super Bowl?
Is
Damn,
LA in the
dog,
AFC? The Chargers, not the Rams.
You got a reserve on that. It's
AFC.
too early for those kind of picks. We ain't even get a game yet, dog.
I know, but
that's why you do it on predictions. So you can look back and be like, all right.
Who's your early hot team?
Buffalo hot to me, dog.
Yeah, I'll go Buffalo.
And I also think that Miami going to jump out.
Yeah.
I think Miami going to jump out in the AFC. I think San Diego is going to be fantastic.
LA.
I think,
LA.
They play in LA.
They play in LA.
What's their name?
LA Chargers.
Them.
The same stadium as the Rams.
I think they're going to be fantastic. What Odell Beckham at?
He ain't free agent.
He at the crib.
He at the crib right now.
Still recovering from that ACL, though.
Ain't nobody pick him up?
They ain't going to pick him up till he back from that ACL.
Oh, he's still recovering?
Yeah.
Oh, he going to do the same thing he did last year.
Yeah. Come back and just
pick that gangster team, go in there and tear it up, come back, get some money.
Yeah.
Another gangster.
Shout out to Odell, LSU product, man. Say speedy recovery. Get back on that field. I know one thing, though, Kel. I am excited to see the Honey Badger and my main man, Juice, down there with the Saints.
Yes,
dog.
sir.
Shout out to Juice, man. F3, that's our guy.
Shout out to Saints.
Jarvis
All day,
Landry.
every day.
All day,
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the great Teran Matthew, the Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
The Badger. I bought me a Honey Badger shirt last week, dog. They had
Badger
they had a honey and a badger going to eat the honey. I loved it. They bought it at the Superdome. You ain't seen that one?
No.
It's a honey and they got a badger, and the badger going to eat the honey. Well, you know what? I ain't buy the shirt. I meant to buy it. I bought another shirt and threw it away.
Explain that again.
Because it's a shirt. It's a honey. It's like,
He was
what's
very
that
excited
bear
about
name?
that shirt.
What's that bear name that used to eat the honey?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. It's like a thing like Winnie the Pooh with the little thing with the honey, and then you got the honey badger going to eat the honey. That's a dope ass shirt, dog.
You didn't buy it.
No, I bought another one. I bought another one.
Yeah. He said
I'm gonna get that one though this Sunday.
We're gonna get it this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it this Sunday. I go to LSU.
I'm gonna tell you what. Since we're talking about the Saints and everything, this Alvin Kamara behind me, every time I look at the screen, it's like
it's scary.
It's like real.
Yeah, it's like real.
Is it scary?
Yes, indeed.
Is it scary?
No, it's not scary. I'm not scared of it. No.
It looked like him though.
And the visor,
definitely.
the chain, all
definitely do.
What kind of year you think he gonna have once he get out there?
I think that was pretty good. Yeah.
Wait, did they suspend?
How consistent has he been?
He made the Pro Bowl every one of his years.
The only thing that's gonna stop
how many years he made the Pro Bowl?
He been in the league 5 years, made them all 5.
But
Alabama transfer.
I'm gonna knock on wood because I don't want to jinx him. But the only thing that'll stop him is him getting hurt.
Yeah,
you know, he's been one of the most consistent running backs as far as doing what he has to do, running the ball, catching passes. I know I've seen him return a couple of kicks if they need him to. That's just who he is.
That kick return, I don't know what year it was.
2017 against the Bucks.
Against the Bucks when he just like he
that's why
caught
I like
it.
You, OP, you be knowing all of it, baby. You better stay on it, baby.
That's my dude.
I'm
but
telling you.
But when he caught it,
statistician
was
of the
like,
year, y'all stop playing with dog.
I was watching the game and I'm like, oh no, ain't no way he taking that out because he caught it and he.
I remember
like
that shit. To the right, he was jogging.
Yeah, he paused a little bit and then he hit the sideline and just like. But it's like football is just so easy to him. Like it's not like you look at other players running, they running hard.
You know what
he's
it
like
is?
Watch his offseason workout.
Oh, he worked out.
He's so fundamentally strong.
You know what it is, dog? And Kev, you could attest to this because I seen you do it. When you prepared.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people take for granted that Alvin Kamara is a very, very, very intelligent football player.
You can see it on
and
the field.
Kev, the only reason I know that shit is by watching you. Like Kev was like people like, oh, the shit looks so easy. How he just comes over there and picks up the block. That's how Kamara. And you know why? Because those guys were smart, man.
Yeah.
And also they prepared. Like Kev just talked about, they off-season workouts. Those guys, the motherfucker pulling semis. Like they prepared, dog, and they intelligent. Alvin Kamara is a very intelligent running back.
Yeah.
That's why him sliding over and picking up the protection is nothing. That's why him knowing that, okay, I have him out leveraged and I go, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows that.
That's the same. That's
like,
the same.
That's how that dog. Y'all, you now know this. That's how like people know this.
Oh,
Alvin Kamara could also line up and be a slot receiver.
Definitely.
Kev, you could have lined up and been a slot receiver. Best hands on the team. Since you left LSU when I was there, the same way with Alvin Kamara. Like those guys, guys like Alvin Kamara, Kevin Faulk, you know this, Larry Centers, Faulk, San Diego State, Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James. I was blessed to play with the great Edgerrin James when I left New England, went out to damn Arizona. EJ was one of the smartest running backs I ever been around. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ricky too.
Ricky who?
Ricky Williams.
Man, I ain't never been around no fucking Ricky Williams. But you probably, so I'm gonna say that. But I'm just talking about the guys I've been around.
Oh, I thought you just talking about like smart.
Nah, I don't know Ricky Williams if he's smart or not. I'm just saying the guys that I know personally. Ricky probably was. I mean, shit, he was a great running back in Texas for a long time. He didn't do shit in the league though, but we all know how that is. What do you mean it's not true?
He did.
What did he do?
He did a little something. He was in the league 10 years.
What did he do?
He was in the league 10 years. He was a serviceable back for the Dolphins. Like the Saints, that didn't work out. But for the Dolphins, he was all right.
Listen, OP. I'm judging Ricky Williams by the plethora of picks the Saints trade away to get him.
That's true.
So when I go off of that body of work, he ain't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying he wasn't a fantastic person, fantastic running back. But when we talking numbers and talking about what you did, Ricky Williams ain't do shit.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not even about to get into that shit. He ain't do shit.
Sample size in the league too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He ain't do shit. And I'm not going into like all the stuff that went into it. We're not gonna get into that. Yeah. But when we talking about just playing on the field and running the ball and being productive, Ricky Williams ain't do shit. Gotta be real about that. Now, when we talk about the other guys, these guys are smart football players. Reggie Bush, smart football player. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't just talking about the old heads. Yeah. I know Calvin, what's that boy name? Ridley, my boy, LSU. LSU. Ridley was a smart football player, dude. Like, I'm just talking about guys like that. And you know I can always tell with these guys is by how they fucking pick up protection. Because as a quarterback, that's all I give a fuck about. I'm serious.
If you gonna
Kev,
get that,
you know this, Kev.
Who gonna be that guy that's gonna protect me?
Yeah.
Who gonna be that guy that's gonna know? All right, I might have missed this, but that guy is coming off.
That's
the
it.
He coming over there.
Who got my back when I missed it? When I missed the call. So
That's it. That's all I care about. And if you can do that, I am gonna do. As long as I know you're gonna protect me, boy, I'm gonna do everything I can to let you know when you're gonna get the ball.
Or whenever there's another time whenever you know that they double covering.
That's exactly right.
A couple of your favorite receivers, and you're like, all right, I need you.
Get open.
Get open.
Get open, buddy.
Just go over there and get open.
And you know,
this is right before the snap of the ball. Right?
I was just, hey, Kev.
Look, he telling you coming out the huddle like, hey, look.
Hey, not coming out the huddle. This is like
at the line of scrimmage.
Everybody is lined
yeah,
up.
and I turn around and tell him, hey, you know if he ain't open, I'm coming to you, nigga.
Oh, what? Hey, he didn't call out the mic. Everybody, he didn't probably got into
Turn
the
around.
first cadence. Pause a little bit. All right, you got to get open for me. Say, hut. Yes.
You know who that was for me? Because I was never privileged. This is also one of the biggest blunders of my career, besides Todd McClure, because I really wanted to take a snap from Todd McClure. But I really never played with Kev.
Yeah, they'll throw you in there.
No.
You ain't never got no,
never.
Man.
Never. That's just been my dog. That's why it's more deeper than football with my dog. Because I never had an opportunity to really hand the ball to kill. But practice, yeah. Because I used to go down there my freshman year. I was the guy that went down with the running back. So wherever I needed to go and threw him the ball and did all that. But in a game, like in a live game,
I gotta tell this story.
Oh Lord, what is it?
Yes, he possibly never handed me the ball off. Possibly never threw me a couple of passes in the game.
Right, never.
But he threw me a pass in practice one day that kind of split my fingers.
Oh yeah,
my right finger, like right up in this area right here. I had to go get stitches. Had to practice like with one hand for about a few days because somebody's velocity of their balls gave me a slit in my hand. But that helped me out a little bit because I had to catch the ball with one hand.
Yeah. So all
line up outside, running slant routes and everything. Just the type of stuff we had to go through. Just running slant routes, having to catch the ball with one hand.
Right. But that was because I was throwing everything hard when I first came to school.
Everything. Got to show up that arm.
Oh, what?
Everything was hard.
Oh my God!
And then you had to you had to learn to.
Yeah, you gotta take something off of it sometimes.
Yes. Unless they're not gonna catch it. Yeah. That's the other thing. They're not gonna catch it. They're like, hold on,
man.
Nah, I don't want to go with the rook. You know what I mean? So that was
you go
up. Right. Exactly. But dude, let me tell you something. That's why, like in the NFL locker rooms, whenever, or even the NBA, those things, whenever they be like, yeah, the veteran guys, we're gonna bring these veteran guys and keep the veteran guys on. Like what Kev was talking about, it was already understood what to do before you even had to ask anybody because of the examples that was in front of you. Like Kev talking about in New England with Willie McGinnis. When I came to LSU, it was guys like Alan Faneca and Kevin Faulk and Herb Tyler and Todd McClure that they, set the example of what it was going to be. Even as simply as just how you trained. You know what I mean? How hard you trained and worked. So that's why we need them, bro. That's why we need them. What else you got, Jay?
What do I have?
What do I have?
Serena Williams, the U.S. Open.
Oh, let's talk. Oh,
I don't know why I can't think of it.
Why you ain't bring Serena up
Definitely.
the GOAT first?
Because you already had the John Wall one pulled up, so I was like,
true.
okay, it's right there.
Stu always, dog.
Hey, look, Gwen.
But what I did want to say, somebody had pointed out that Tiger Woods was there, and it kind of
a lot of people there.
It made me think about how, like, with Serena and Tiger Woods, those are like two people who we saw dominate in sports. You usually see black people in, so that was like a big thing to me because, like, with golf and tennis, you don't see black people doing stuff like that, and they dominated those sports for years.
It's true. I wanna, man. Do we have the interview with Serena where?
Yeah, I got it up.
Put it out there where the girl asked her, "Tell me what." Hey, listen. That was a GOAT response, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's like the MJ last shot. Who taking it?
Bro, it's like just to hear, amazing. But the word GOAT be thrown around very lightly.
I hate it, dog.
Throw it around lightly. I mean, but that's definitely appropriate.
I totally agree, Kel.
Definitely
the word great, the word GOAT, and those things. I totally agree. But when it comes to the great Serena Williams, bro, it's like, Serena Williams is like, her and her sister, they're like, I don't even know how to describe them in the realm of what they've done for black girls, black sports, tennis. Like you pointed out, it's not a sport that's dominated by black and brown people.
But they got a lot more black and brown people that play it.
Correct.
Now
from the inception, it wasn't, right?
Right.
And so for Serena Williams and Venus Williams bro, it's almost like their contribution in that sport, when you compare it to, like, say, a Michael Jordan in NBA, being that it was already that a dominant sport by us. When you look at, say, Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to break that through and win a Super Bowl in that realm, right? But black people were playing that sport at a high level, right? And so you even look at baseball. Now, I think baseball is probably the closest, besides you point out Tiger Woods. Yeah, true. Because I'm thinking about, let's say, the Hank Aaron's and the Satchel Paige, right?
Yeah.
Back in those days when they started and it wasn't popular by us. Because it's American pastime.
Yeah.
Baseball is America's pastime, right? Black people weren't America's pastime. Yeah. So we integrated into that with those guys, right? The Negro League, so on and so forth, right? But we still, even back then, it was black people in it, so to speak. But we were dominating, but not. Tennis? No. Right? Not at all. Right?
Not nowhere.
Not nowhere near. Not a near another. Right? Not a near another, right?
No.
And then what you have?
Venus and Serena.
You have Venus and Serena.
King Richard.
You got King Richard, and you got Venus and Serena, bro. Like, for real. And the thing that's crazy, not crazy at all. Wonderful people. But the other thing about it is like, they did it on, this is my opinion. In my opinion, like, we ain't had nobody on the male side.
Yeah, nah.
Right?
They kind of did that.
So it's like they took it up. They integrated us, brought us into the fold, and put us on a platform in the biggest way. Like, on top, dog. Like, not just mediocre, not just we're gonna say we're gonna be pretty good, we're gonna do this. Like, domination.
Yeah. And when you think about it, like, when like Venus and Serena was at the top of their game, you had Tiger Woods, then you had Barry Bonds in baseball, you had LeBron or Kobe in basketball, or MJ, and then in football you have whatever star you could think of. You know what I mean?
And the thing that get back to the point that we're talking about is everything that you just pointed out, we were already doing pretty well in.
Everything else.
Except for tennis. And being shut out of these venues, as we've seen in the hypocrisy and prejudice that comes with, especially tennis.
Yeah. And golf.
If we want to point out, and golf,
right,
because those are supposed to be gentlemen in sports. Yeah. Those, you can't yell. You can't not have proper etiquette. You cannot do that. You cannot celebrate, Kel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for those two, and let's please not glance over the fact that they were kids.
Yeah, they wasn't doing this as adults.
Right? They were kids.
Mm-hmm.
They were kids going through the racism. They were kids going through all that bullshit.
Having to play each other to make it seem, to kind of who's better.
And then, the thing is, I know we all saw the movie and everything like that, but I don't even think that's half of what they went through.
Never.
No.
Right? That's a fraction, right?
Yeah, that's only a fraction of what they really actually
And so, I think Serena Williams, dog, and Venus Williams, dog, should be so celebrated, dog. Should be so celebrated.
Well, the crazy thing is, we wasn't in the movie. They wasn't really talking about Serena. It was only Venus.
Right.
I'm waiting for the Serena part of the movie to come out.
Right. But what you saw, like, I'm with you. But what you saw with her checking herself in the matches,
right,
and doing all that was, I think, was such, and by them co-signing everything, and I think it was such a depiction, bro, of why she is so also the GOAT, bro.
Right.
Of all the things that, because she was like I said, we all saw the movie just like everybody else, and I've never spoken to any of Serena or Venus Williams personally, but I'm just going off a movie. Her drive in that movie, and I know they co-signed everything that happened. So the drive that was shown by her in that movie through the young lady that portrayed her was a symbolism of her and everything that she was to come from. Right. And dog, it was just, sometimes you have siblings that grow up together and they get jealous and they get happy. But you saw it was all love. It was all love all the time. And it was always congratulatory. And it was never anything that was malicious. Like, it was a beautiful, beautiful bond between her and her sister. And even if she had some kind of whatever about it, it fueled her and it drove her. It didn't devise her. Right. And that's the beautiful thing about I've always been a damn Serena and Venus Williams fan, bro, because I can remember they trained, and this is a long story, when I was younger, growing up, my track coach, shout out to Opelika Elementary, man, and Coach John Hyman, but Coach John Hyman was a good friend of, I don't know how good of a friend or how whatever, but he was good with Serena Williams and dad, and I had, even back then, the opportunity, because they used to train back in Miami at the little country club down there, and my coach I ran track at the time, and he was our track coach, and the only black coach in the hood that looked out for us, and he was good with Serena and them daddy, and we actually had an opportunity when I was young to see them practicing tennis at that same little club and shit that they showed on the movie. Because it was a time where they took the bad kids from out the hood and took us down. We also had a chance to go see Michael Jordan practice at the Miami Arena when I was in elementary school and all that type of shit like that. So, it was cool to see that, and it's crazy now to see that big story that came off of it from her and all that. But, shout out to Coach John Hyman, man, for always looking out for us.
Why you ran track, man?
Dog, hey, Kale.
What you saying, road was slow?
Nah, dog, listen, I'm from Jamaica, dog.
Oh, all right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So when I first came here.
He represent that, Stu.
Yeah.
Every time, you know that. Hey, so listen. When I first got here, I was fast.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I see.
You feel me? I ran track.
Same
but
with me.
I ain't gonna lie, though, dog.
I was fast when I was young.
Yeah, I had to bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. Hey, but look, in elementary school, right? The track meets were track meets, but they also had a long softball throw. So what do you think I participated in the most?
The long softball.
Like, man, look, hey, let me throw the ball.
Hey, Kel, we had softballs though. I used to throw that bitch one time and just leave.
Nobody else could touch it.
And nobody else even coming close.
It was over with. But I did a long jump. Mm-hmm. I did a long jump, one track meet. And you gotta practice. You gotta hit that board right.
You gotta practice.
You gotta hit that board right.
Sir, you gotta practice.
And so I had never practiced. Cole was like, man, come on out here, get us some points.
Man.
You was hitting the line.
Nah, I hit it right. I just hit it too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Man, my knee was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I jumped like 3 inches. I walked out that pit. It was over with. That was the end of
You got
every.
hit light, like
But I didn't know that. I had never practiced. I think I'm about to. Every time I seen somebody jump off of that board, it looks like they pounded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they would have told me go up like you about to dunk, I would have understood.
Yeah.
Because I played basketball. So I understood that. Got to be light on your feet. But no one ever told me anything. I left out the gym, walked to the track beat. It was already packed. And they was like, yeah, you going to jump. Oh, cool, coach. So I went out there. I hit that thing, jumped. My knee wiggled. I got out the dirt. I grabbed that little bullshit sweatsuit they gave me and walked my ass clean through that fence. Walked up the stairs, went in my locker, got my shit, and went home. That was the last time I ever got in there.
That's how I felt about high jump. Whenever I was doing high jump.
No, I ain't do no high jump.
Yeah.
I slipped like one time because it was like raining before that, and I was like, I can't do it no more.
Yeah, they could keep that all them field.
I never had any
keep
Well, I was a
good at
triple jump guy, so I did the 3 jumps.
I ain't like that.
And that's why I'm having problems with that one knee right now.
Exactly.
That's why I didn't do it.
That's the first thing I thought about when I did like high jump or high jump, triple
You
jump.
did the high jump?
I did long jump. I
did long jump.
I did long. The first time I went in that little pit, I was like, yeah, I'm finna test something.
It's the worst.
I told my coach, I was like, coach, I don't know about the meet Friday. Like I'll do the running events you want me to do, but the jumps, I'm good.
The worst is when you
But
jump
I was
before
pretty
you
good
run.
at it.
Jumping?
Hell yeah, I won a state championship my senior year in the triple
In what?
The triple jump.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You did a triple jump, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
I about to say, I know you ain't do the high jump.
Hell.
But
I
dog.
did triple jump.
Hey, so dog, that triple jump is hard.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
hardest
That's why I
one.
wrote these things right here.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, you could do the triple. Now that I'm thinking about your goddamn legs, you can do the triple jump kill. Goodness great. Hey, I saw.
What else you ran in track?
What y'all?
The 100, 4x1, 4x2.
What your backfield mate was at Karen Crow? I saw him a couple weeks ago at McNeese. Short.
Derek Beavers?
Yeah. I saw him at McNeese. His LeCam, who played on our team, a 7-on-7, is out there at McNeese, and I saw him last week. I went and saw Micah, they little scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
And he and I was talking. We were saying who had the better backfield, you or him, or Catholic High.
It just wasn't me and him though. Our fullback.
Yeah, he said the fullback too.
Our fullback, like.
So who you think was y'all three, or
Kevin Franklin,
Kevin Franklin, and Warwick Dunn?
Us three. I'm gonna say us three. I'm gonna be biased, because,
right?
Like they both had, like my sophomore year, they both had 1,000 yards rushing, and I had 800.
Kevin Frank, or both the fullback and the running back?
Yes. Oh, you saying they had 1,000 yards together?
No, separately.
They had 1,000 yards each, and you had 800.
Yeah.
So y'all almost had 3,000 yard rushes, 3,000 yard rushes.
We ran a
Veer.
So,
split back, or it was like a
high formation.
Oh, all right.
The only more impressive well, not even more, and you're gonna know this when I say it because that's your partner. Equal high school highlight was Troy Davis.
Sure.
You fuck with Troy. I already know you fuck with Troy.
Yeah, definitely.
They listening from the crib. You already know they listening from the crib.
I ain't talked to Troy in a minute. I ain't talked to Troy in a minute.
Troy, dog. Like, you know, like you and him was like similar. Like, if you go back and watch Troy Davis tapes at Iowa State and watch your shit, both of y'all had to shake.
I don't have to go back and watch them. I know it.
Right. Both of y'all had to shake.
I know.
Both of y'all had that quick shit, and both of y'all was tough. Like, Troy Davis,
Yeah, he do got that shake.
Both of them had that shake.
That little wiggle in it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put that foot in the ground.
Yeah. And go the opposite way you think I'm going to go.
Track you with these two right here.
Yeah. Once you get the shoulders going, you get
But you know what? It's smart, though. Because they teach you to watch the hips.
Yeah.
If you ain't watching the hips and you watching the shoulder, you done. But what most people watch? The shoulder. They watch what's moving.
You're trying to get high and get that
that hit.
They
They want to get that big hit.
But nah, once you go for that shoulder fake,
No,
you out.
It's a wrap.
You and Troy Davis, and then Darren Davis too,
Man,
his
you
younger
brought that
brother.
name. You brought that name. Man, Troy Davis.
No, when I was coming up, South Ridge High School, Troy Davis, Darren Davis, Cedric Irvin, Ghana Joseph. That was their backfield.
Damn.
That was their fucking backfield, my dog.
Wow. Well,
Ghana
they probably ran the ball every play.
They
too.
ran what y'all ran.
Every play.
Listen, Kev, they ran the same offense y'all ran. But just picture this shit. Ghana Joseph is the quarterback. He ended up playing safety at Oklahoma State.
Right.
Cedric Irvin is the fullback that went to Michigan State.
Right.
Troy is a tailback. Excuse me. Yeah, Troy's a tailback. Darren's the wing.
Wow.
Who the dog?
Look, he put it.
You pulled him up? Right. Dog. We
Everybody-
played him my sophomore year in high school.
Everybody always talk about our big shoulder pass.
Right.
Them shoulder pads gotta go.
Troy Davis was a monster.
Like just
dude.
imagine if y'all had the shoulder pads.
Regular ones, huh?
You would have been.
Shout out to Troy
wiggling.
Davis
Hey,
and
but
Miami
that's
South
the thing that
Ridge,
got
man.
everybody moving, looking at them shoulder pads, because the shoulder pad
So
they was
big.
big, so they was just moving.
Yeah, the jersey movement too.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yep.
Troy Davis was a monster, man. Y'all had such the same running style with the shoulder movement and the quickness. First time I saw that shit was in high school, dude. We played them. They were seniors. I was a sophomore in high school. And the halftime score, Kev, I don't know why it was that, but why you laughing, dog?
Because you talking about that.
Why you fucking laughing?
It was
dog?
that bad?
No, it wasn't bad, the halftime score. The halftime score was like 7-6. We dropped the. Why y'all laughing? Because y'all know the outcome.
We
is
not
fucked
laughing.
up.
We just
Stu,
we waiting for you to tell us shit.
Because I know it's about to get ugly.
Yeah, that shit about to get ugly.
Hey, look, Trap is your fault. I know you watching this podcast. Travis McNichols is your fault. Trap dropped a pass right before halftime, straight down the middle. We had to work the shit the whole game, dog. Play action pass. He fake. Trap was fast as hell. Really good running, but he was like Eddie George before Eddie George, but fast. Kev. He drops that bitch like at the 10-yard line. We winning. We up 7-6. He drops it, right? Going into halftime. We lost the game.
What was the score?
I threw 2 pitches. 49 for
49. So y'all ain't
We
scored
ain't scored
again?
no more.
What happened in between?
We ain't score no more, dog. We ain't score no more. You remember goddamn, you remember Lamont Green?
Yes.
He was their middle linebacker.
Oh, man. You ain't.
What?
He was the National Player of the Year. You know that.
Man, I know him.
Yeah, that was your guy.
Yeah,
that was your.
He was a national
Lamont
defensive
Green
player,
was
and I was a national offensive player.
Exactly. He was their middle linebacker. Then their defensive tackle was Thaddeus Bullitt, who went to Auburn.
Oh.
They had 21 guys signed Division I scholarships that year.
So that 7-6 at halftime was y'all was happy about that.
I was ecstatic. Hey, Kim.
What happened in the second half?
Oh, they was like, okay, we're here. You know,
We
the
woke up.
second half was like, okay, let's just go ahead and do what we need to do and get back. Hey, and you know what they called it? They called it the black hole. It was the blackout. They had a black hole. They had on all black jerseys. Everybody in the stands had on all black. They called it a blackout. And their stadium was like dug into like a pit. It was like a pit. So everybody was up here and it was looking down on you down here. And so when you lost, you had to walk out here. And it was, shout out to Miami South Ridge for toughing me up.
I just want to say he really just felt that loss again.
I did, dog.
I brought him back to that loss again.
I did. Shout out to Miami South Ridge, Darren Davis, Troy Davis, Lamont Green.
Wow, that's crazy.
That shit, I remember, though.
Yep.
You know, I remember seeing that in your house.
Yep.
With the All-American team, with Big Lamont on there,
Right.
with you.
Yep.
And I was like, ain't this some shit? I played against the Defensive Player of the Year in the national defensive player who tore our, and you know when you look at Lamont Green, he smiled at you, number gold teeth,
bro.
Number gold teeth, and look, they played that 6-1 defense, dog. Where he was the only one. Oh my Lord, the only most imposing figure, and you know this one too was Nate Webster. Him and Nate Webster. You remember Nate?
Yeah, Nate.
You know I played against Nate in high school too. Northwestern Senior High School. I played against Nate Webster and Lamont Green the same year.
Lamont Green Jr. go to Florida State. His son.
He a linebacker too? What position he play?
I think he might play he might be like an edge.
Hey, listen, those guys right there knock your dick in the dirt. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Lamont Green.
Oh, he class of 2023, so he's not at Florida State yet.
He's going there.
Yeah.
He committed.
Yeah, he's committed.
Okay,
He's a monster player.
I see you.
You're so funny how this little circle goes around. But I want to take my hats off again before we wrap this thing up to that boy John Wall, man, because that mental health is serious, and I'm glad he along. I said, didn't Drake say something about that too at some point?
He might have.
Y'all Drake fans, ain't y'all?
Yeah. But
let me ask y'all the question, dog, because I heard this morning. I got to get this out before we leave. Y'all heard Khaled album?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's not my question. That's not my question. Y'all heard, what is it? God
did.
Yeah, God did. I heard Jay-Z and Weezy out
we
first.
listen to that every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I have my opinion.
Hov did what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Wayne tore it up.
Yeah, Wayne tore it up.
I wish his verse was longer.
Wayne tore it up, and then Hov just turned it over and just tore it down.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. I understand that, and I don't even think. I don't think it's.
But look,
I don't. Can I finish? Can I finish? You trying to cut me off at the goddamn path? Can I finish? I don't think. What you got for? I'm just saying. Now look. Hov went 4 minutes, dog.
Yeah.
You heard that shit, Kev?
No, I hear you.
Hov went 4 minutes. Hard. My question is this. Look at OP. Look at OP looking. That's the only person's opinion I care about. That's the only person's opinion I care about.
Oh, you know OP locked in.
I already know. This is my thing with it. What if Wayne went 4 minutes?
That's what I said.
But you know Wayne
That's what I said.
What
if it would have been way better? It'd have been 10 times better.
The 16 you got from Wayne on that verse?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Every time. But you know,
they should have gave him the 4 minutes.
Respect.
That's the only reason he
That's
got
the
it.
only
Kev.
reason.
And you know how Wayne come. Wayne always have respect of Hov.
Yeah, definitely.
Always have. From the beginning to the inception of him playing, he's always respect of Hov, Missy Elliott, and Baby and Slim. From the inception.
Well, him and Baby beefing now.
No, but he's always respected him for where he took him. I'm not.
Yeah.
Are they
back beefing again?
They still like not cool like
He ain't pay him that money?
He paid him, but it's still like some like yeah.
I mean, worry about that. You know, he mad Slim Thug. Slim Thug shot him up and stuff like that. So
Young Thug?
Yeah. Young Thug. That's it. Young
Thug.
Young Thug is on right now.
He got a lot of problems.
They finna get out.
But who?
They don't have the witnesses not cooperating.
The witnesses not
Because
cooperating.
they're killing everybody.
No, the witnesses that they got alive, they're not cooperating no more.
Of course
Because
they're not
they're
going to
killing everybody.
Who are you going to cooperate?
No.
Would you cooperate?
Nah, especially if they know my whole family. And
I don't know
everybody.
what's going on. Look.
And listen.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's what I'm saying. Would you cooperate?
No, I don't know none of the people.
I don't know none of them.
None of the people you speaking about.
But would you
Speak nothing
cooperate?
of this.
If you don't want me to listen to their music no more, I will not.
Stop playing. Yeah. Would you?
I'll delete it out the phone.
It's
Right
done.
now.
It's done. It's done. It's done. I'm not cooperating. But this is my thing, dog. If Wayne had 4 minutes, I'm gonna say it one more time. If Wayne had 4 minutes, there is absolutely, unequivocally,
without a doubt,
no fucking question in my mind that 4 minutes of Wayne You got to understand, now, Hov passed the throne to that boy a long time ago.
Mr. Carter.
So he understood what the boy was coming with.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And he let him rap on DOA.
Exactly.
And he
You
said,
know
I
who
might
sound
put
just
this
like
on the
Lil Wayne?
mixtape, Weezy.
We was talking about the other day. You know who sound just like Lil Wayne talking? John.
Who the fuck is John?
John Emery.
Like, just listen to him talk, he sound just
They
like
got that
him.
same, like, little New
Little
Orleans,
raspy
like,
twang.
I ain't never heard that
slow
shit.
voice.
I don't know. You heard that, kid? You been with John?
No comment.
That boy looked me right in my eye. Hey, but look.
Let's go with something else.
No, we about to finish this thing right here. Because I believe that if Wayne had 4 minutes,
it would have went crazier.
It would have went crazier.
Yeah.
I do.
Like,
yeah. Because with Jay-Z, like, verse on there with Wayne 4-minute verse, ooh.
It would have been 10 times
16
better.
bars was fucking ridiculous.
Always.
The shit he spit before Hov was ridiculous. For real. Goodness gracious.
About to go turn it on.
Them first couple of lines that Hov said, though,
yeah.
he was like, I only know 3 millionaires. What he said? Me,
Nah, that boy say Hov did.
Me,
Please
yeah,
forgive me
Reed.
for, that boy said, please
LeBron
forgive
the
me
Rock
for what
boy,
the
so
stove
technically.
did. That was the nigga.
But then he talking about LeBron. He said, but Bron and Rock boy, so technically. I was like,
He ain't make Bron no millionaire. No billionaire.
Nah, he didn't, but Bron still
But he gave him his credit.
He on the club. He
gave him
on
his
the
credit.
team. He ain't made LeBron no millionaire. Now, Riri and the other ones, you could take
He gave him
claim
his
for
credit,
that.
though.
Yeah.
He
He's
ain't
a
take.
billionaire.
He is. But what we're talking about, because he talking about something that every line he spit on there, it was hard for him to do it because it was all factual.
Yeah.
That's not. He didn't make LeBron.
Nah, he didn't.
LeBron made LeBron. He may have an input on them other ones, but LeBron signed on to the sprint. Nah, what you did, you put a couple extra million in his pocket and made him over $1 billion, but Bron was going to get there.
Yeah.
Regardless.
That
LeBron could have got with anybody in the Rock or whoever. He was going to be a billionaire. It's just what it is, what his brand is. That's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? We talking about lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes, he spit on that.
Yeah, he did.
He spit on there. It's hard. Like his beginning of that track was the hardest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
God did. Please forgive me for what the stove did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Just like being in the Northeast for 33 years.
Yeah.
That is like
they king.
Not just he earned it though. He earned it because that's one of the. I'm just saying, concert wise, he gives a great show.
But Wayne do too.
We've been there.
Oh, definitely. I'm always.
You already know. We
the
come back to
but
boot,
I'm
baby.
just saying him in general.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Now I'm always gonna come back home and come, steer you straight. Where I'm going at with mine.
For real. But I believe Hov went hard as he can go. Mm-hmm. But I firmly believe that if you gave that little young man out of New Orleans 4 minutes, he's gonna murderate that thing, and it's not even gonna be close. Yeah. Because in my opinion, and if so many things going on with it, but in my opinion, and it's just my opinion,
best rapper alive.
Them 16 killed them.
You think Wayne the best rapper alive?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he is.
Absolutely.
Them 16 that he dropped on that thing with
Khaled.
Khaled.
At certain points that they have to, let other guys do their thing and sit back and hear for the culture and everything. But I want Wayne.
Yeah, I want Wayne.
I want Wayne. Where the squads at? Where all the mixtape stuff at? I want Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm with you. He slaughtered that. In my opinion, he got with that boy on that thing, man. Like Jigga had 4 minutes and Wayne spit. I don't even know if it was 16. A little bit more, a little bit, right? But
it wasn't too long.
Can we play it? Do you have it?
No, we can't play it. We can't play it. Copyright.
I'm going to play it in the car.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
what I'm finna do.
Because
I guess I'm going to put it in the car.
Kel, play in the car. DJ
God
Khaled.
did.
DJ Khaled. God did.
Even Rick Ross had a little something on there. Like
Ross was spitting on that, but Ross ain't fucking with none of them. I ain't going to lie.
He ain't
I'm from the
doing
crib
Wayne.
and I love me some Ross. My dog. Ricky Ross, Rose.
He ain't even that cat.
Nah. He came with it a little bit, Kel, but You on that bit with Hove and Jigga.
They could have put Drake on it, and Drake would have did better than Rick Ross.
Yeah.
That's you shut your damn mouth. Don't,
nah, they would have took it over the top and then put Drake on.
If they put Drake, it would have just. But the
That's
song
not-
I like is beautiful with Future and SZA. It's real good.
I'm not a big Future fan.
You not a big Future fan?
Future Hendrix.
Who?
Future Hendrix.
Hey. Predictions. We're gonna go around the room. Whew. I am happy football season is back. I'm happy my Tigers are gonna be on freaking TV Sunday. I am happy to see these guys going. Hey, BK, welcome. Let's get it cranked up, baby. Scott, hold your breath.
What does that mean?
I mean, hold your breath, baby. Hold your breath. Make sure you made the right decision, baby.
Hold up. Why does BK have to hold his breath?
Cause he already got that check. He don't gotta hold his breath.
True,
BK
true,
don't
true. My
gotta
bad.
hold his
My
check.
bad, my bad,
He
my
got
bad.
that
True,
check.
true,
Scott, hold your breath. Now you know Scott my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. You know. From way back when I first got here, that's my dog. When he was here with Jim, Scott's my dog. I fuck with Scott. 100 grand. That's my man. But you gotta hold your breath. You gotta hold your breath. Make sure everything, especially his first game. Cause this is the thing, Kel.
We said it earlier, man. It's pivotal. It's a pivotal game.
Hey, Kel. Dog. Now we already know going these opening games, these first games, dog. You already know how tight that ass be when you.
Where you going with this?
I'm about to show you. When you go into these games and you first starting out, when you just getting that first taste, you be nervous. That you clenching a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Dog, just imagine. We got everybody starting new. Everybody. Coaches, players, everybody starting new. Whole new season, whole new era, whole new everything. Like everything. Bro. And the thing is, and I bring this even back to Florida State, because even though we say they've had a game, it was Duquesne. So their mentality going into this game is, this is our test. Yeah. Right? This is our test. Like how we're saying Florida State is our test to see how we're going to. Duquesne wasn't Florida State test. LSU is Florida State's test. Right?
Right.
So just like Kev alluded to, that vanilla shit you seen against Duquesne, you're not going to see against us. You're going to see a lot more. So, bro.
Oh, you ready?
I love it. Like,
the game should be in tomorrow for him right now. The way he,
it's like you gotta wait till Sunday.
Nah, I'm just saying, it's like I'm excited about it because it's like, dog. And you know this, y'all know this. Y'all chose LSU too. We chose LSU. You could have went anywhere else. So anytime, it's a pride associated with it when you start the year out, and when you hear all the bullshit, you hear everything, so much smack being talked about your university, so much smack being talked about a team that you love, that you chose, you want your team to come out and stand up. You want them to come out and do well. And that's all that you see right now from us. It's like, you want them guys, because it's a new era. You want them to come out, stand up, show exactly what it is that we're going to be. And you want to see something you want to see something positive. You know what I'm saying? You want to see something really good. And I do believe that we're going to see that. I do believe that we're going to see Brian Kelly, new staff, new coaching staff, new football players, new quarterback. And I think you're going to see those guys do well and propel us into a really, really, really good age. And I think they're going to do a lot better than what people anticipate them doing this year. I really do. Yeah. I really do. And so we're going to wrap this thing up, but we're going to get some predictions. We're going to get some predictions on this Sunday. Stu, start with you, dog. What you think, dog?
I think I'm going to go.
First, who wins?
LSU.
Score.
35.
Make sure you write this down.
You took
Make sure
the
you write.
exact numbers like out of my head.
Nah, I want to hear that, dog. Jay always try to piggyback somebody else's thing. Nah, you gonna have to pick something different, dog. You ain't winning no damn
35-24 LSU.
That's
shrimp thing
because
you always do that. Nah, let's go,
Stu.
She out. No, you gonna have to pick something
She always want to
different.
be like me.
Yeah.
I promise.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna have it written right here.
Right, Stu. Write it.
35. Look,
Stu. Kev, don't change his thought. We betting now. We betting at this. That's why I'm talking about. She always talking about she want to go with. Pick your thing.
35-24 LSU.
35-20. All right, now write down who's your breakout player.
My breakout.
Make sure you write this down.
I am.
Dog,
I'm writing it down right now.
We betting.
My breakout player. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a breakout for him because he's already out. To
Who's
us,
the breakout player? Dog?
Malik Neighbors.
That's fine. Put that down. That's your player. Okay.
I could go offense and defense.
Nah. Well. Sure. Let's go offense and defense. Everyone.
Defense, I think the world is going to see who Mason Smith is.
Put that down. Make sure. Let's go, OP. Who you got, baby? Who wins?
LSU win.
What's the score? You ready for him? You ready for OP?
All right.
What's the score?
Score 33-13. LSU win.
33-13 OP. Breakout player offensively.
Breakout player offensively, I'm gonna go with Jack Bitch, just because like we ain't heard nothing really from him this whole fall camp. I think like in the game he gonna really like remind everybody.
I like that OP. Defensively.
Defense, I'm gonna go with Stu and like stay on the D line. I think BJ gonna have a monster game.
Boy, that boy OP be on point, boy. You got that? Mm-hmm. Who you got, Jay? Who wins?
I don't even want to say because you're going to tell me I'm copying somebody.
No, I'm not. I mean, now it's just what you go with. But, I mean, if you say the same thing Stu say, y'all going to cancel each other out is all I'm saying, dog. Like both of y'all ain't about to win.
What I said.
Nah, but you got to change something. Yeah, you got to. Okay,
well,
all right. Well, look. Who wins?
LSU.
What's the score?
I'm still going 35-24.
35. That's not what he said, huh?
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
35-24. Okay, who's your breakout player offensively?
At first, I agree with him, but I kind of want to say Jeray just because Jeray did like a lot of things in the spring, not in the spring, in the fall, and he was just kind of like showing like some leadership a little bit. I think if he can be consistent, I think that he could do good too.
Jeray Jenkins.
Yeah.
All right, defensively, who you got?
I'm gonna have to agree with Ron with BJ. I'm gonna have to agree with him.
Like
BJ,
I think that it'll just be like we already know what he can do, but I think he just gonna show out. Like I think.
All right, so we got that. Kev, you want to go or you want me to go? Kev, you know you the OG. I always let you. You know what I'm saying. You want me to go? You already know, big bro.
Sure, man. I'm gonna go. I
Who you got?
27-17.
27-17. Kev, you put Kev down. 27. Who the offensive breakout player, Kev?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna go running back. I'm gonna go Amani Goodwin.
Amani Goodman. Defensively, Kev.
Jaquelin Roy.
See, he did what you said Stu did to you. That's what Kev just did to me. All right, like for me, you got Kev? Mm-hmm. All right, I think LSU wins the football game. I think it's 28 or let's say 30 to about 24-17. Let's say 30-17. Let's say 30-17.
30-17 LSU?
Yeah, I'm going to say 30. Let me say 30-24. Let me do that. LSU. I think offensively, the breakout player is Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
And I think defensively, the breakout player is what's the linebacker I told y'all about?
Harold Perkins.
Him.
Perk 10.
Hey, Kev, that's my new favorite player.
Oh,
Harold Perkins.
I've heard.
I love Harold Perkins, dog.
I've heard.
That's my guy. Either Harold Perkins or the other defensive end, not BJ.
Ali Gay.
Ali Gay.
So you want me to go or like slash?
No, I would go Ali Gay. I would go Ali Gay, but you know I gotta go with my boy Perkins because I'm a big Perk baby. That's my boy.
He Perk fan club.
I'm a Perk fan club baby. Ain't played a down yet.
You heard what he said, huh? He on Perk fan club.
I'm a Perk fan
#1
club.
fan club, on.
That's my man. I'm a Perk fan club now. Me too. Harold Perkins, baby.
Me
Who?
too.
Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins, baby. That's my guy. That's my guy. We gotta get him on the show.
Yeah.
We gotta get him on the show now. Harold Perkins. Hey, all I needed to see was 3 clips of him.
Running wild.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Kev, all I need to see was 3 clips.
3 clips. That's
Lord
it.
have mercy.
So.
Harold Perkins, he might be faster than Devin.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm serious, Kev.
He see that ball in his
Kev. Kev.
Now Devin was fast, but Devin also studied.
But I mean, he's a freshman, so.
Yeah. So
but we're gonna just go.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go with the speed
we
for
gonna
now.
See. We gonna see.
But Lord have mercy, Kev, he's a blur. He's what you call a downhill football player. Huh, Stu?
Yeah.
We got no clips of Harold Perkins. Listen, man. Listen, I want a clip of Harold Perkins every week if we can get it. Until he falls out of favor. He got to start showing something now. He got to show something.
Yeah, I mean, game's about to start. It's about to get.
Yeah, Harold, you got to show something, baby. Now, we're going to get you a first round pick now, but we got to show something. Can we show just 3 clips of Harold Perkins? Goodness gracious. I mean, fast is an understatement for this kid. I seen him run lateral and touch everybody.
This play right here, I'm pretty sure you're talking about.
He touched everybody and still made the tackle.
I'm with Pot. This is the play you're talking about.
Dog. New Orleans product by way of, where he came from? Texas, right?
Yeah.
By way of, here we go right here. Number 10, Harold. Look at him. Oh, Lord Jesus. My God.
And I know that hit would have just been nasty.
You know, this is the new age linebackers in the NFL. Everybody could run. You know, and you're right, Kev. This is the clip I was talking about where he ran down the line and just touched everybody and then threw the guy out of bounds. You know, and it's practice, so you got to understand, he's not getting after it as if he would if it was a regular game.
Wrap him up and hit him.
You're right. Wrap him up. And now just think about it. Harold Perkins is going to be going to his first game juiced up. He's going to be ready to go.
He's got another energy level.
He got another gear. He has another gear.
Who's 10? I ain't see that guy on film.
Dog, he used to play running back?
Yeah, he played running back and linebacker.
Well, him and Devin has that in common.
He was a really good running back, too.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, let me tell you something. Big shout out to Harold Perkins and his parents. You hear me? Thank y'all for choosing LSU. Thank y'all for choosing LSU because that's my new favorite player. We got to get him in here, dog. I'm serious. I'm going to go over there. What's today? We're going to get Harold Perkins over here because, I mean.
You need him?
Huh?
You need him in the studio?
We need him in the studio. Him. Oh, you know who we got to get in here? My boy, Big Will.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get Big Will in here. I love that kid. Him and Harold, we get both of them here. They all first-round draft picks going forward. I'm going to tell you that right now. They are both building blocks of the LSU football program, and I'm very glad that we got that kid, LSU product by way of Texas, come here now. Going to get a lot of snaps. He should get a lot of snaps. He's on all the special teams, so he should get a lot of snaps playing into this game. And listen, I got the predictions. What's the bet, though? What's the bet, though?
I think the line might be like 3.5.
3.5?
I thought it was
I'm about to tell you.
LSU?
I thought it was 3.
3?
I'm about to tell you what Caesar got. The great Caesar sports book.
Hey, what's the Tennessee? Tennessee has a game this weekend.
Playing right now.
The Vols?
They're playing right now.
Oh, wow.
Tennessee and somebody playing right now, but I know.
So LSU
West
is
Virginia
plus 3?
Yeah.
-3.
I'm gonna give you a for sure on that. Gotta sign into my.
So we have to come up with our bet. Like who comes closer? Is that what we're gonna do?
Oh my God, that's
What
what we do. What you mean? Who comes closer?
Closer in the bet, in their predictions.
Okay.
I need that.
And they got a boost on here too.
Everybody's numbers are very high.
I know, Kia, but like, what if mine? What I said, Stu.
What?
30.
On the prediction.
30
to 27.
30 to 24.
Right.
30 to 24.
What
yeah.
you said?
27-17.
Right. What if I'm close?
What is close for you?
Close to my prediction.
The line is 3. It's 3.
Well, that's a good line, huh?
Well,
And the over under is 50.
I just heard
over under is 50.
Yeah.
Under. I'm gonna take.
I mean,
the
they
under
both
on
minus
that.
110.
I'm gonna take the under on that though. I'm gonna take the under on. 50.
Everybody just like, I don't know what the fuck these two teams gonna do.
Yeah,
I know.
that's what it is.
That's
like,
exactly right.
Nobody knows what to expect.
But
so it's like, shit.
whoever closer, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 of us. The other 4 pitching in, dog. We're gonna get us another seafood ball. Whoever closer. Jay won the first one. We about to see who win the
Write it down. We
write it
We're
down.
gonna make us a graphic, put it
Hell,
up and
write it
everything, so
down.
everybody know.
Don't be
who
cheating
got
either,
who.
Stu.
That's a lot of writing on that, Stu. What's
It is.
going
That's
on?
why I told him don't be cheating. There's a lot of writing on there.
I put the who picked who, what team.
Okay. I'm just
The
saying,
score,
that's
the offensive player.
We
they
all
pick
need to
break
take
out
a
the
picture of
defensive
that to
player.
make
That's a lot
sure.
on that paper. I trust you though, Stu, but there's a lot on that paper.
I don't trust Stu.
Damn, Stu, what's going on with this, man?
Look, the people
What have
can
I
see
been missing?
it. I'm gonna let the people see.
You were gone for training camp.
What have I been missing?
They can't see that.
Oh, we can see it. No, we can't.
What,
see
man, what
that.
kind of eyes you got if you
We
can
can't
see that?
We can't see that.
And I got some pretty good eyes, and I can
They,
see.
Man, I'm
can't
not
see
even going.
we're not gonna try.
Mm-mm.
Let's take a picture. Everybody gonna take a picture, but we know. So what's on the line is a seafood bag
Seafood
from.
bag.
That's what it's called.
Seafood
From Juicy
bag.
Seafood.
I didn't
Seaf-
eat juicy seafood last time.
What you
What
got?
you got?
Sammy's crawfish.
That's
king.
your fault. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. That's your fault. You should have
thinking
got
myself.
Juicy Seafood. You should have got Juicy Seafood. That's on you. We getting Juicy
They
Seafood.
said it wasn't good. I was scared.
What?
Juicy seafood.
You a damn lie. The server, the
I was
people
scared.
might be ratchet in there, but the food is delicious. I ain't gonna lie now. You go
Where's Juicy?
right there on College Drive, right by Walmart. Now I ain't gonna lie now. The service is questionable. You hear me?
Questionable at best.
But they have great music. You gonna have great music now. R&B flowing, baby. Great music.
So
And
the
the
vibes
food-
are great.
The vibes are good. The service might not be too good. Like the people talking and shit, they be tripping. But the food is good. It's gonna listen. The food gonna come on time. The music gonna be good, but everything in between gonna be a little questionable. You know what I'm saying? The conversation you hear going around. Somebody, you know, it might be 3 or 4 people. The hostess and somebody else might be coming to clean the table and cuss somebody out or something in between. But the food's good, and the music is wonderful.
Yeah. We'll take
Juicy
that.
food,
I can
juicy
take that.
seafood. Yeah, I can
Cause
take
you
that.
know the food gonna be good.
Exactly.
If the service is bad,
Well, the
But it's
food
funny
probably
though.
good.
Well,
It's funny.
The conversations on the other side. That's just me being at home. Then.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's funny.
I'm just chilling, waiting on my food.
Right.
Exactly. The drink's good,
Oh, well, yeah.
but the conversation you hear on the side is funny. You know what I mean? So I could deal
Little
with it.
gossip back there, you know. Cooks
Yeah.
might be beefing,
That's right.
but the food good though.
Somebody might be, you know, it might take, you know, they might take a little smoke break in the middle of something, you know.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
But the food good. Food
If
good.
they taking smoke breaks between the cooking. The
Food good. I agree.
Waffle
Food
House,
good.
come on, man.
It means
Got
well
out.
done.
That's exactly right. We got our predictions. We got Juicy Seafood on the line, dog. Juicy Seafood. Hey, you got, what you say you got last time?
Sammy's crawfish king. It was good.
I never even heard of that. You got
That's
that?
fine.
I never even heard of that. But we gonna get Ron. What you getting? Juice seafood if you win, huh?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yep. No, probably. Stu, you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Kev, you are. I know I am. Lobster tail, garlic butter, extra garlic. You know, I'm gonna get all that. Got our predictions. Next time you guys see us, Kev will be here. Kev gonna be here. Y'all get used to seeing that face. He's gonna be here. We're gonna have predictions. The Tigers will either be 1-0 or 0-1. I'm gonna say 1-0. 1-0, baby. Tigers will be 1-0 next time you see us, and we're gonna dive into. And y'all let us know, were the things we talked about prevalent in this football game? Did the defensive line dominate? Did we have 2 quarterback system going into this? Did the in-game adjustments? I gotta stay off that Sazerac. Did the in-game adjustments add up? Did BK and the coaching staff do what they needed to do in the first game? These are all the questions that we're going to answer when you see us again. So look, for the big homie Kevin Faulk, I call you Kevin Faulk.
Yeah, he called me my whole government.
I know, dog.
Damn.
Peasy, I know, dog. That's so bad. Oh, Peasy, Stewie. We're going to holler at y'all and see y'all next time. Let's go Tigers on Where My Dawgz at.
I was waiting for you this time.
You weren't scared?
No, I was scared.